Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Lots to get to today. A victory for Nebraska basketball. Gets out here in a second. A road win for the Huskers. Nice to get that. Sip was trying to anger me last night in the group chat, which led to Bill not responding at all in the group chat. It's fine. It's okay.
Bill was in
It's the way.
speech. I was in it. I was working.
Now, would you have responded to the group chat the
we'll
way it
talk
was
about
going?
it when we get to. We'll get to it. We will.
All
Yes,
right.
that's
we
gonna-
will address it.
This is
We'll
gonna
address
be-
the
this
group
will
chat.
be addressed.
We'll
Yes.
address your behavior,
Yes.
which was questionable.
It was
at best.
childish.
Yeah.
It was
Adolescent.
juvenile, childish. Yeah, it was bad.
Long.
Wasn't my proudest moment, but that's how I am when I watch sporting events.
All right.
You know
Let's
that.
do song of the day.
No, we're not doing song of the day.
Yeah.
You want to do it right now?
No, right. Why not? Just
Swim.
swim.
Let's do song of the day.
Why not? Let's just do it. I don't chit chat off the bat. What do you got? Anything?
Well, I want to hear about Milligan.
Milligan's
I do as well.
incredible. If you again, I'm gonna get back to places to vacation in this state. There's one.
What was going on in Milligan?
They had it was for the county. It was Fillmore Betterment Group, and I had to speak to a group out there. Packed house at Charlie's Pub. Oh my Lord, Charlie's Pub. They have a restaurant pub. It's a pub. So someone asked me to compare where the Buffalo roam compared to. I said that's it's 2 different things.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pub, and it was incredible. The other place was a true supper club. It was a different setup. So you can't compare the two. And so, but oh my, the people were just fantastic out there, and to get a chance to spend time in Charlie's Pub. I walked around, and we're in the back room. I went up in front and talked to everybody. And they're the nicest people in the world. A couple of young ladies were working there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got wings Thursday. We'll be packed tomorrow.
Nice.
Prime rib every weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just
Wings Thursday packed tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be just packed. It was incredible. So I had a chance to talk to the group, but it was great because everybody's like, "Well, where are you from? Are you from Milligan?" Well, I'm not. I'm from the rival school friend, or they are our biggest, our biggest enemy. Different places. So it was fun talking to all the different towns that were from right around there. Milligan, Exeter, Geneva, different towns. So it was a lot of fun. Geneva is kind of like that's if you're city.
Is that
If you're in Geneva?
I'm trying to picture this.
Yeah, if you're in Geneva, you're like that's a different world over there.
You're out by Hastings.
You're out, yeah.
Hey, now hold on. This was for the better. What was the
Fillmore
Okay.
Better. It's the county, basically. It's the whole county gets together to try to make, and so they do some different things.
Betterment Society.
Yes. One of the things they did that was Betterment right there in Milligan was they were going to lose their daycare, and everyone rallied and saved the daycare. That's a big deal to have in a small town.
Very
like
important.
That. Yeah, very very
Absolutely.
important. So yeah, like I said, it was a great night, great travel. I had a chicken wing on the way home and whipped the bone out the window like that. Yeah,
Wow.
it's fine.
Perfectly in bounds.
Yeah, perfectly in bounds.
Yeah.
So
Did you have napkins?
I did have a napkin. I had a napkin. I did. I took a picture. As I driving out, this one guy, I'm driving out of town, and I stopped and took a picture. It was incredible. Guess was on the corner, right at Caddy Corner or Kitty Corner, whichever one you want to use.
What is it?
At that, they have a phone booth.
No way.
Operational.
It looked operational to me. They had a phone booth.
God, that's
and it
awesome.
was when
Good
you walk
job.
out of a small town and you
Yeah,
look at a
phone
phone
booth.
booth, right? There's it's like wow.
Did you tear up?
I did a little bit. I tell you what, I stopped,
Tear
took
up.
a picture of it in my truck.
Oh,
So
there's a
that-
phone.
I hope
Yeah.
it still works for the sake of
Yes.
just being there.
If you're listening from Milligan, please make sure we get that up and running.
There was a phone.
maybe call us from that phone booth. The show.
If
today.
someone can call
us.
from the show from the phone booth, that'd be incredible. How great
Please
how great
happen.
would it be if all of a sudden you're just like you're in the pub in Charlie's Pub going, I gotta make a call quick. Hang on,
Yeah,
just
brother.
walk across the street and get in there.
Where's the cell phone? That doesn't
You know what
believe
the
it.
phobia
I
was?
don't need
Have you ever been in a position, and this was like a phobia I had, when you were in a phone booth and someone was waiting
Oh yeah,
That was
the
horrifying.
stare down.
Yeah, it was horrifying.
The stare down. They'd look at you.
Yeah.
Remember too, the door opened in, so it was tight.
That was phobia
the,
too.
The tight. It was tight. You got in.
Yeah.
And remember how
Like
the phone book was in a. It wasn't just sitting there. It was sealed in this big book, whatever,
big
binder.
book. Yeah, a big binder. It was on a. It was on like
chain
a cord.
or chain or a cord like that. You had to get that out. Yeah. Imagine right now if you went through today at noon, or somebody had the phone book out and he's whipping through some yellow pages.
I don't see Busch in here.
I don't see.
Am I spelling it wrong?
Let me look through this. I'm trying to.
There were actual phone books.
I saw the right page.
There were actual phone books.
Yeah, I gotta get a
with numbers.
I gotta get a
published number.
I gotta get a well drilled. Hang on a second.
Stop depressing me.
Also gets really good is that. I thought about phone numbers again the other day. So, like in Pender, like that, up until I don't know till how long ago, it was just 5 digits. It was just 5 digits. So if your number was like is 385 all you dialed was the 5 and then the 4 numbers.
Really?
Finally, after about whatever time in the 90s, you got to dial all 3 numbers to be able to get to it.
I don't know how Greg has that, but he has the Milligan phone booth.
What's that?
He has a photo of it. Is that it?
Well, you want to cross-reference
compare the angles, see if it's the same side of the street.
Yeah, I feel
Missy Tooth Greg has sent in a picture, a photo, and not a picture, a photo of the Milligan phone booth.
It appears to be accurate.
We're doing a comparison of the photo booth.
His is during the night. Yours is during the day.
No, mine's night.
That was at nighttime. Just lit up.
Yep, that was at 8:15 p.m.
8:15 p.m.
I mean, it has that thing on the top. Anyway.
Well, I have a report for you from the text line 402-464-5685. We've got Cole listening from Milligan right now.
Oh, Cole.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was he there last night?
He says, number one, me and my dad were at the speech.
I know Cole. Yep.
Had a great time talking to Bill, and then follows up saying, unfortunately, the phone is no longer actually in the phone booth anymore. So our dream is dead.
It's not. We're just going to get it going. Milligan, we're going to do this for the betterment group. We're going to have dreams.
Temporarily dead. We'll get it going.
We're bringing back the phone booth. The phone. We're bringing back the yellow pages.
I wonder if we can.
I bet we can.
I wonder if there's still technology. Like, can somebody go fix a phone booth?
Imagine if some guy drives down from North Dakota.
That person has to exist.
With a bunch of tools.
They have to
exist. A guy with a bunch of tools.
The reason I ask is because I did hear a commercial yesterday about office phones, and it's a problem. Office phones are a problem if they break down because the technology's worn out and it's not. You can't get it. I mean, it's hard to fix them, because nobody uses them.
Landline. Incredible.
I know.
Better times. Bring them back. Bring back
phone books. Phone books are incredible. I forgot about phone books.
And the small town just had the mini phone books.
Oh yeah,
just the mini one of and then sometimes when you expand, they give you the towns next to you.
Right.
All of a sudden you have
absolutely.
Hey, I want to see what's going on in Bancroft. Hang on.
And
then it would list there also. It lists like Dr. Ben Martin, and it would say below it Teen Line.
Teen line. God, that's exactly right. And if you were well-to-do, you had a teen line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, also he was a doctor. So
it was typically the well-to-do.
Yeah. Yes, the well-to-do. Yes. The reason the doctor had to have it because people would call him at 9:30 like, I don't feel very good. And he'd be like, hang on, I'll whiz over there quick. Yep. And it would pop over there. So we had to, so the line had to be free.
Teen lines, right? It would say
that.
Very, they weren't all that common.
Just imagine that. Did you remember the Brady Bunch went through this? They had a problem with the phone like that, and guess what Mike did?
What?
He put a payphone in the. He put a payphone in for him. Yeah.
I don't know that episode. Yeah, I mean, I should, but I don't.
They put They put a payphone in. But just imagine though, back in the day, being like, as with brothers and sisters, they're like, hey.
Oh, it was.
Can I get the phone?
Yeah.
Can I get
brothers and a sister?
You had to wait you couldn't get the phone.
Good luck.
Could not get to the phone.
Right.
And you might just sit there and just talk to someone random for 2 hours.
2 hours. Privacy was an issue back then because you couldn't take the phone away. I mean, I'd be talking to my girlfriend in the living room.
Yeah, exactly.
A great privacy.
Remember we talked about the long cord? Yeah. Try to walk around as far away, get away from everybody as far as you could.
Get to the dining room.
Get to the dining room with the long
cord. As far
cord.
as you could go, though.
And then the worst part, then it was great. You'd call it beep, beep, just busy. Call back.
If someone was on the phone.
Yep.
Then they went with the call waiting, which was just horrific. Then it's like, hang on, click. And then you're going like, it's someone like they got click over. Like, yeah, hello. Yeah, I need to talk to your mom about tomorrow's
Hang on.
Tomorrow I'm in ESA meeting, and I'm just like, hang on. I gotta let Mom talk to Betty real quick. I'll get back to you. Where if it was just busy, when it was busy, you had no idea.
No.
You had no idea that it was busy for that long.
No.
Also, there'd be times we'd be busy for a day or so because you just left the phone off the hook.
Accidentally off the hook. Yeah, I guess it's been off the hook
for a couple days.
Yeah,
can't get hold of them.
You might do it during a movie because there was no rewinding TV during a movie. Take the phone off the hook.
It's a strategy.
Just take the phone off the hook.
Just a strategy.
Take it off. We can't be bothered during this. Put it back on during commercials, but we're not taking. Because all of a sudden you're on the phone call with someone and the movie's going. Yeah. You're missing it.
Or trouble at school. There were a couple times trouble at school. I would take the phone off the hook.
Yes.
So nobody could call.
Did go away. Ignore it.
The phone's been off the hook. Dang it.
What happened?
It happened again.
Yeah. There was a way you could set the phone too.
Right.
The one that hung up like this.
Exactly.
If it was one you could set down.
You could do it.
Oh, I don't know what happened, Dad.
Phone's been off the hook all day.
I'll be very odd, very random.
Probably go to hell.
I'm sorry about that, Dad. Sorry about that.
All right, that was good. That was
last
fun.
thing before we move on. This is back to the original thing.
What?
Brian on YouTube.
I'm joking, Jake.
Yes.
Brian on YouTube says, I checked out the pictures inside of Charlie's Pub. It does look incredible.
Yes.
In Milligan.
Charlie's Pub.
Here's the deal. They build a cabin inside the pub. There's a cabin inside the pub.
Now I'm sold.
Yeah.
Just on that alone.
You get a special seating. Where do you guys want to eat at? Oh, you know what the cabin? Yeah. Come on in. Seats 12. The cabin seats 12. I went in there last night.
And there's a fire in there probably.
Yeah, there is. There's a fireplace inside of it. Yeah.
Magical.
Get to Milligan. I'm telling you.
Charlie's Pub.
Good job, Bill.
Thank you for
I'm
your
glad
speech.
you made it back. Was it late?
It was late. By the time I rolled back in. We had some things going on.
I noticed you were a little late to the shop today.
Yeah, you had no idea the time I got here.
I know, because I was over there. It was just 5:50.
Oh, you saw him pull in?
Yeah, I'm usually over there talking on the phone.
Oh, you saw Bill pull in?
Yeah.
Wow.
Manoa?
A little bit of that.
Okay, so I can check in.
Early morning checkup. I like that. That's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Call or text 402-440-6297. 440-6297. All right, last night, hey, they got the road win. Nebraska basketball led by 20 points at halftime. They could not miss in the first half of 51-31 at Indiana. And then it got very tight. It got down to a 3-point game with about 10 minutes to go in the second half. And then Nebraska just said, enough is enough. We're going to pull away. Huskers win 85-70. They showed some serious grit when it got very dicey there in the second half. But there was a quote post-game from Bruce Weber, the former Illinois K-State coach.
I like Bruce.
Talking about Illinois in the post-game. Sorry, against about Indiana in the post-game. He's like, when you can't shoot the three ball, it's very easy to beat you. He's like, nobody's scared of you on the perimeter. That was and number one, they says effort was bad, but also if you can't make threes or free throws, no one's scared of you. And that was the case for Indiana last night. They can't make
you just play a packed-in 2-3 zone. That's all you could do. So you could do.
That's what Ron would do.
Yeah, exactly. It's a packed-in 2-3 zone, and that's what we're going to do.
Look at what they shot from the free throw line. 14 of 24. They've missed 10 free throws. Okay, it was embarrassing. They were 4 for 21 day, Indiana. 4 for 21. Woodson's got problems. I don't know if he's going to get fired. It doesn't seem like, I don't know. Going into last night, it didn't seem like he was going to get fired. But, man, if you're watching that game, well, they got booed off the floor at halftime.
They did.
Okay,
it was
down
loud.
20.
It was loud.
Yeah, the team got booed off the floor at halftime, and they deserved it. And you know, Bill, I'm not a boo. I'm not that guy. But I totally understood why they got booed off the court.
I couldn't even imagine that. Just all of a sudden, boo,
boo. It was the whole arena.
It's a funny
terrible
sound. I will say that it is funny when you do it.
Boo.
But they deserved it in this case. Woodson. They don't have a good team, and they don't have a team that's engaged. Yeah. It's not good, and it's not
engaged and don't play hard.
No.
Okay.
And they're not good.
It's a bad combo.
They're not
very talented.
Well, here's what they are. They look like just a conglomeration of guys that were thrown together, and you hope it works. That's what it looks like. And it doesn't. It doesn't work. Ware is a big center. He's 7-footer, and he's good.
He's good.
But Bill, if you watched the game, I know what you would say. I was thinking about you last night. Terrible body language. Terrible. Always terrible. No, his body language isn't bad. It's terrible.
Palms up guy.
He can't make free throws. He looks at the ground. I mean, he's a talent too. The thing about Ware, his name is Khalil Ware. He's a talent, but he's a transfer, and you wonder about the whole picture because he's really good.
Yeah,
but
good stats, 17 points, 12 boards. The stats were there, but you're right.
He should. If
Body language was off with him.
If he was an engaged player, he'd have 25 and 14.
He could dominate. He has the ability to dominate. You're totally right there. Can't make
I was
free throws.
thinking about this as I had to scroll back through the group text.
Okay.
And all I could think was, Jake, stay with
boy.
radio, because if he was my assistant basketball coach, I'd probably fire him at halftime. But sometime,
I'm not a coach.
I'd fire him during the game because I'd fire. Because can you imagine during the run looking down and seeing your assistant coach just freaking just hands on his head, just this? I knew it. I told you, Fred. I told you we would do this. I couldn't. I mean, it was just.
Jake, in the privacy of a group chat, I could do that. I don't think I would behave like that in the court.
I don't know. I don't know if you.
I don't know.
Read the one text. I refuse to respond. I refuse to respond to this group text ever again.
That's because
you jinxed me.
I said
jinxed me.
I did say Sip jinxed Nebraska by saying halftime it's over. I said you know better.
Yeah.
And they got down to 3.
Yeah.
They did, but they
then
were going to make a run.
You said you would no longer respond in the group.
I gave the bird. I flipped Sip off 3 times.
I was startled by that.
I was taken back.
Yeah,
I did flip the bird.
I was startled.
I was upset.
What
I took a deep breath and everything was good.
What happened?
We didn't take a deep breath at all. That's not what made it good. What made it good was Nebraska scored some more points and won the game.
Oh yeah,
that did help.
That's what made it good.
Well,
there's no chance.
It happened at the same time.
There's no chance you're going to say, I took a deep breath. We had a tough loss. We were up 20. Nope. Just because they played well.
I think the deep breath and them playing better happened at the same time.
Yes.
It happened to work that day.
Jake would have been dismissed from the team.
Bill Busch just dismissed Jake Sorensen from the staff.
You knew Indiana was going to make a charge. You knew it. Of course they did.
They made it pretty quickly. So again, Nebraska fans, if you talked to a lot of them, had some flashbacks to Minnesota.
I don't know.
There were some flashbacks because
hold on.
I'm hang on. Nebraska was up 15 points at halftime at Minnesota, and by 8 minutes into the second half, they were trailing to Minnesota, and then Minnesota won by 11 points. It was a quick comeback. This is a pretty quick comeback also last night for Indiana, but Nebraska made shots.
Jamarcus Lawrence made
Indiana went. Yeah, Jamarcus Lawrence, by the way, has found a role off the bench. He is a spark plug now.
He is.
He was 5 for 5 on threes last night.
Oh God, really? Was he 5 for 5?
He was 6 for 8 overall, 5 for 5 on threes, made both free throws. He had 6 rebounds.
Yeah, he was
5 assists off the bench. Jamarcus Lawrence, this is the same time last year he started heating up, and he's doing it again, which is going to be huge for Nebraska's chances to actually do something in the postseason.
They were really dangerous. Now, here's what I was going to say to you. I guess history's not a bad way to try to figure out what's going on, but I look at the games separately, Jake, and I was watching Indiana. I wasn't watching Minnesota. I was watching Indiana, and I knew they'd make a charge, and I knew they didn't have enough to get over the hump. That was why I wasn't worried. Now I'd have the result to back me, and that's
so you were fine when it got down to 3 points.
I wasn't fine. I mean, I wasn't perfect,
here.
But I still thought, they're just not very good. They won't make free throws, and Nebraska's playing pretty well. They did it without Rink, which is interesting. And I'm telling you, Nebraska's dangerous. They're dangerous. Bill, they did this without Rink Mast, basically.
Rink Mast had 2 points. He was 1 for 5. He didn't even shoot. He stopped shooting the ball in the second half, just started passing it. Just, I'm not taking the shot.
He was in foul trouble the first half, right? Or was he in foul trouble?
You could tell he was just not. It wasn't going to be his night. But didn't have to be. Nebraska had 4 guys with 15-plus points. Tominaga has 20. Bryce Williams, 18. Jawan Gary, 15. And Jamarcus Lawrence off the bench, 19 points.
Yeah, they were good last night. Oh, I mean,
yeah, very good.
So on Saturday, in the game against Penn State, Nebraska hit 14 of 28 threes. Then they went on the road and hit 14 of 33. So when you're making threes, everything looks better, right? And they did last night in Assembly Hall. And Indiana doesn't play much defense. They were listless in the first half. I thought in the second half, they made that charge and they looked pretty good. But when Nebraska responded, then Indiana backed off. That was it. And that was it. And that's why I think Woodson could be in trouble. He doesn't have a good team. It doesn't look like he put together a good team, and they're not playing hard. So now if you're the AD, what are you thinking?
It all comes down to, and I was listening to a pundit talk about it. It was a assistant basketball coach. I don't know what his name was. He was former assistant basketball coach. And he's talking about, well, how does this happen? How does this happen to certain teams? What happens here? It's like real simple. It's the way the portal is now, because things aren't built from the ground up. And you just take some guys and they don't hit. It's just what it is.
100.
You just take guys and they don't hit.
100.
And all of a sudden it doesn't work out.
It happened to Fred.
Yeah,
Early on.
It's
With
happened.
Abdelmassi, he
Yeah.
put together teams. I always thought, okay, well, they're just throwing a bunch of guys out there and hoping it'll work.
Didn't work.
Hard to
And
do
all
that.
of a sudden, you hit with the right people,
Mm.
and it appears if you hit also with, I think everyone would say for the most part with who they brought in was effort. I don't see anybody when I watch Nebraska. They don't play hard.
Nope.
They don't care.
No, they play hard.
No, they play hard. They're
Good group of guys.
They're not palms up. Nope. They're not. They're
No,
not
not
bad
at all.
body language. You don't watch them and just go seriously, knock it off. No, you don't say about anybody.
Not too bad.
No, everyone's
No.
engaged. There's always going to be somebody that is not engaged very much.
They had one little period during the season. They lost on the road, and Josiah Alec said, and guys weren't responding. Josiah Alec said, when I would try to exhort them, they weren't responding. That was the only time I thought, but no, I've never seen it where their efforts really bad, visibly bad. And they do have a good group of guys together. Yeah, I mean, so whoever, I guess you give Fred credit, he put the roster together because it's not Abdelmassi anymore.
No.
Also, the role. Everyone's pretty steady.
They got
with
their
what their
roles.
role is.
Yeah.
There's no one that's like looking around. They all have their role. There's been a change of who's off the bench, who's in with whatever. I've never really thought much about the who starts and who doesn't start. I've seen so many times that someone starts and they only play like 8 minutes in the
Right.
game with
Yep.
their starter.
Yep.
And then I'd rather be the guy that doesn't start and then gets to play 29.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot more fun.
But on that note, though, Jamarcus Lawrence, he could have been somebody that was just got upset because he got benched, but he has embraced his role. Against Penn State, he had 8 points. It wasn't 19, but he also was the spark plug. He'd get a
pretty
couple
good.
big, fast breaks, easy buckets.
He looks good right now.
He just looks like his passing is exceptional. A no-look pass to Jawan for a dunk.
Oh, that was unbelievable. He fanned out, so the defender couldn't
Well,
get him. And zoom.
He just hit some threes when Nebraska was struggling, too, to get them back going, and then hit the final dagger
When
at the
you
end.
were really
Boom.
hurting, were really
Jamarcus.
hurting. It was about the time you sent me the
bird.
Yeah, it was like 5 of them.
He made the three there.
Yeah, he made the 3.
Go up by 6.
Yeah.
Hey, started.
I didn't
calm down.
send
The
anything
thing was,
back.
the Jakes, they would not respond to the group, but then he started responding. Then he didn't stick even
Well,
true to what his plan was.
Yeah.
He started responding.
I realized
once Nebraska
that was,
made a couple, went back up by 10, all of a sudden Jake was back in texting mode.
I realized it was a short-sighted thing to say.
And do.
Yeah.
And do.
Yeah.
Because you did flip me the bird.
Yeah, 3 times.
I did flip you
3
the
times.
bird.
I was upset. I was missing that, but I was in Milligan, guys.
Yeah, you were busy.
Yes,
You
what
were
a
busy.
group out there. Thank you.
We should probably hear from Fred Hoiberg, shouldn't we?
Yes. Let's
Fred
hear what
Hoiberg,
Fred-
thanks to Josh cutting this up this morning. I checked it correct. It is the correct game from last
Nice. I don't know why we're so upset right now.
Hey,
Play the
Josh.
Rutgers game.
Josh, thanks.
Yes.
Here's Hoiberg about the monkey off the back with the road win.
As simple as that. I told them, our guys have done a good job. We had 2 great days of prep after the off day, after the Penn State game, and we had a really sharp shoot around today. And I knew the guys were locked in. And then we came back. We did something a little different with this. With the 8:30 game, we had an early shoot around time, and had all day long. So we brought them in, did a meditation session with Kurt Joseph, our strength coach, and then we brought them back into the film session walkthrough just to get them off their feet, get them out of bed, so you're not laying around for 7 or 8 hours before your pregame meal. And I think it helped. It just broke up the day for them, and they went out and responded with a great effort. The energy early in this game was exactly where it needed to be, and that really helped set the tone for our guys.
That recorder is for bars, by the way.
That's okay. They're dangerous. They're a dangerous team. Nebraska is dangerous. They're still susceptible because they have issues that, every team has an issue.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
I mean,
But they're dangerous because they're offense.
LSU just beat Kentucky last night.
They
Illinois got beat last night.
Yep.
And
That was stupid.
By Penn
the way.
State.
That they had no business losing that game.
Illinois.
That was right before Nebraska, Indiana.
Lost to Penn
Illinois
State.
led by 10 to 12 points the entire game. They're up by 10 with a minute 30 to go,
Ooh.
and they lost in regulation by 1.
Ooh.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Terrence Shannon had 32 points. He was dominant. They were getting offensive rebounds for days, like every possession, and Penn State somehow won that game.
So it's always scary.
Ridiculous.
I would say so. The same thing if you look at the progress. If you're like a Nebraska fan or just a basketball fan, Nebraska won. How did it move them up? I don't think it did anything. I see them about a 10 seed, and I still think they're just a 10 seed.
Okay.
Not just, but I'm saying the game beat Indiana.
DeCourcy has them too, by the way.
Really?
Yeah,
Michael,
Michael DeCourcy.
How about
Bill
that?
Intelligence.
Bill Intelligence. You
Seriously.
said, "Don't do it! Don't you dare do it again!" You shook your finger at me.
They're in.
You shook your finger at
They're
me.
in the tournament.
Yeah.
They're
in right. but it doesn't. Like, so what they're not doing is screwing it up.
Right.
A loss, right? The first you would have said was but
Right. No, you
in,
would have been
but,
nervous.
and if you win a game that no one cares about, that is not against a good team, it just keeps you status quo. Now, I will say this: if you
Chris
win,
Paul.
if you win your last 5 in a row, now it'd be 4 in a row. You do that. That does move you up, even though you don't have a lot of great games. The Minnesota game's a good game coming up.
Sure it is.
So there,
Sunday.
So there are some games that are coming that can help them. The Minnesota game actually helps them win that game. I think you go to a 8 seed.
It helps them. Yeah,
I think it goes to a 9 to 8 seed.
Here's I want to clarify something, Jake. When I say they're dangerous, that doesn't mean unbeatable. I'm just saying they're dangerous, especially when they make half their three balls. They're a dangerous offensive team. They didn't need Rink because of Jamarcus Lawrence.
Yes.
Because Casey's playing out of his mind.
Yep.
They just have shooters. I mean, they're really good.
Yeah.
It's a good shooting team. Yeah.
Well, I thought was crazy is that in this game, so you had 4 players, 15+ points. First half, it was Tominaga and it was Juwan Gary.
Yep.
Gary had 12 points at halftime. He ended with 15 total. So 3 points second half. Tominaga had 18 at half. He has 20 total. He only had 2 points in the second half. So those two guys who carried you combined for 5 points second half, and you still pull away, win by 15 points.
Williams.
Because Bryce got hot and Jamarcus got hot.
Yeah. Right. 100.
That means something.
100. And then with this team, you always look at rebounding and turnovers. Now, they got out rebounded, but not bad, 37 to 34. They only had 8 turnovers. That's really good on the road to only turn it over 8 times. So now Minnesota.
And they caught the right heater as far as the schedule at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, they didn't have to play Purdue twice.
Right.
And they're not playing Iowa again. They're playing very good. It's like they're coming up. They have the worst team in the league coming up to finish the season.
Yes, on the road.
On the road, Minnesota, solid team.
They're solid,
but they're not a tournament team.
No, not right now.
They're not a tournament team.
They're not going to be either. Yeah.
So they'd have to do something crazy too. They'd have to go win 4 in a row, do this. Right. So they're not a tournament team.
No, the only team right down the stretch. I mean, Rutgers is like on the next 4 out in terms of the bubble. That's it. Otherwise, all these teams, Ohio State, Michigan, Minnesota, and all these, they're not tournament tournament teams. So you should be favored to win all of these.
Nebraska's got the look too. They just got the look right now. I just don't think there's anything that would take them out. I think they're going to make a nice little run here late. I think that's where we're going. I'd be shocked if they lose to Minnesota. Now, I think that game will be difficult. Minnesota's good. I agree. They're tough inside. So whenever
they have some side, they do.
Yeah, and they play, and it's not Indiana. Indiana's pretty good Indiana was dominating the paint.
Again, they had their run, but from the information that I
from Milligan
obtained was that Indiana really wanted nothing to do with the game.
It looked like that for most of the game.
There was a time, obviously, they did, but for the most of the game, they're just like,
no, it was.
They got booed off the court.
They did.
They were down 51 to 31 at half.
As Sip said, they deserved it. That was a deserving boo from the fan base. It was a horrific effort, and they just could not do anything to stop Nebraska offensively at all.
Think about that. It's Indiana basketball, and Woodson has this sort of team, and it's a bad free throw shooting team. It just wasn't last night. They're a 66% free throw shooting team as a team.
They're worse in the conference.
Worse in the conference. Yep. In the state of Indiana, that's a very, very elementary skill. Shooting free throws. Yeah. I mean, eighth grade girls can shoot 66% from the line. They can't. They can't. So why do you have a team that's shooting 66% from the line in the state of Indiana?
It's not good.
No,
they've lost 3 straight home games.
I've never really thought
about in years.
Never really thought about free throw shooting by state.
It's a little
Hang on now. New Hampshire.
You see what I'm saying?
Let's see it. New Mexico.
It's a basketball.
Land of enchantment. I think they'd shoot better than that. They're enchanted.
It's a basketball state. Why can't you shoot free throws? I mean,
if there's one thing you can improve, is free throws.
I don't
think about Nebraska. The first couple years, Nebraska was horrific.
And it was odd because Fred's one of the best free throw shooters that's ever walked the planet.
There was a game, Nebraska against Northwestern, and it's like first or second year was at home, 8 for 32 on free throws.
True story.
In Lincoln, 8 for 32.
In a game, they were 8 for 32.
Almost bend the rim.
At home. It was unbelievable. And they lost the game, of course. But
anyway,
what's always interesting about that talent, especially with big bodies, There's a lot of movement in the free throw. A lot of movement going on. So you see big guys, it's tough. Also, it's just a hard time when the ball sits on your hand a little bit. There's some things to it. But here's the interesting thing. I don't know, I can't say it by number, but
I'll help you.
Who's known as the best free throw shooter ever in the NBA?
I don't know this.
Ever. I believe he holds the record. If not, he's known as, it's just remarkable.
Who is it?
What's that? Rick
Barry.
Barry.
Underhand.
Underhand.
Rick Barry.
Underhand.
And he would tell all these big guys, I'll teach you how to shoot free throws underhand, and you can go up 20%. I'll teach you how to do it. Won't do it just because of how it looks.
Cool factor.
Just won't do it. They just won't do it. I can get you up 20%. I'll fly to your university and I'll teach you, and I will get Indiana to shoot better free throws if you just let me teach this technique. We'll pass.
No.
We're good. It's true. If you couldn't do something very good, if all of a sudden it's like if you couldn't do something off the tee box, Jake, but someone could teach you a technique where you would hit the ball straight down the fairway at 300 yards, would you do it? But
I'd
you might
like to listen to that.
But hey, you're going to look you might look kind of stupid a little bit.
Stupider.
Yeah, stupider. Not Jupiter, stupider.
Okay, so Kel'el Ware, their 7-footer, was 5 of 13 from the line. He doesn't look bad shooting it. So I think it's mental. I think it's mental. I think it must be a mental thing because he looks okay shooting the ball, but he was 5 of 13.
Yeah,
it killed him too.
Yeah.
They were trying to come back at one point. He missed 4 straight.
Well, there's a couple times he had a chance to get and ones, and the ball would rim out. Somehow it didn't go in, so he misses 2 free throws up there.
Do you know
hit and one?
Do you know what that does to your team when you keep missing free throws?
Oh yeah,
yeah, exactly.
I like to point this out. I'm not sure people are aware of this, but Nebraska's last 3 games, of course, they have won. They've won by 20, by 19, and by 15. They're rolling right now. They're not just winning; they are rolling.
They're dangerous, Jake.
And
they're dangerous.
Why can't they win 7 straight to close the season?
He's making fine money.
if this team wins out before the conference tournament, gets to 13-7 in conference play, they'd be pretty much for sure a top 4 seed in the conference. They might be looking at a 6 seed at that point in the dance. Right. 6 to 7 seed.
Yeah, could happen. Yeah, agreed.
It could get really interesting.
I think I went through that in pretty good detail yesterday.
I think
just
you did.
Yes, I went
record by record.
Had it written down.
5. Yeah.
Had it all the way through.
This could get really interesting down the stretch and then into the Big Ten tournament and then into the NCAA tournament. I don't think we're going to be calling Templeton this year unless you want to.
We could call.
Oh, no, I want to.
Do
I want to call Gary Templeton? Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
It's tradition.
Yes.
You have to do
it. All right. But anyway, I think Nebraska's going to be in the other tournament.
And I'll be following the NIT
and the CIT.
Watching Utah Valley. We came coming in and talking about it.
It's important.
They played well last night. They played a gym that holds about 2,000 people. It's like a high school gym.
CIT. What's it called, Jake? The CIT?
There's the CBI, and then the CIT is the 4th tournament.
Wow.
Yes. And the camera's only about like 4 rows up. So it's shot like at eye level.
Right.
It's incredible.
Huskers back in action Sunday, 5:30 against Minnesota. Again, Gophers are 7-7 in conference play, so respectable foe there. In terms of tonight, 3 games, 3 games tonight. Rutgers at Purdue.
Okay, hold on.
You want to guess the spread there?
Hold on.
9.5.
Hold on. Rutgers at Purdue.
6 p.m.
So
FS1.
You say 9. I do want to guess this. 9.5. That's a good guess. Probably a little more. 11.
15.5. Too high. Too high.
It's a lot.
Very good at
I
home,
will
though.
say this, so it wouldn't shock me a bit to see him win by 25.
Right.
I wouldn't be like, I can't believe I didn't bet on that.
Coming off a loss to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Ohio State, by the way, at Minnesota.
Okay. I'm told a couple friends go to Warhorse and put it all on Minnesota. I don't even know what the spread is. What is it? So Minnesota's probably favored by 5.
Bill?
6.
3.5.
Hammer Minnesota.
3.5.
Yeah.
And
I'm not advocating gambling either. Just we're having fun.
We're having fun. Last one, Northwestern hosts Michigan. That's at 8 p.m. on FS1.
God dang.
Spread's probably 11.
Ooh. Okay. 9.
12.5.
Ooh, both.
12 and a hook.
Wow.
There's your
wow.
Three games tonight. Michigan stinks.
They should make Michigan play Indiana.
That game's coming up maybe at some point.
There should be some punishment involved in that. Like you got to play outside. Got to play them outside. You bastards. If you're not going to try, we're going to stick you outside.
On the double rims, right?
Yeah.
At the park.
We're going to play outside. Coaches should get together, Woodson and Howard, and
Got
say,
it.
hey, you guys, your effort's minimal. We'll put you outside and see
And
how
what's
you
our
like
net going to be? Chain.
Yeah.
Chain net.
Double rim
chain net.
it.
And when,
on a
the
windy
back,
day, by the way.
backboard
Pretty
just
win-
a rounded one. Yes.
Those are horrible.
They're horrible.
Those
You
are
could shoot a bank
double-
shot and miss the rim and miss the backboard. You could. And a shot that could be made. It's a makeable shot.
The worst is a double rim with a chain and a rounded backboard.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Just walk away.
That's what they're playing on.
And there's nothing worse than when you go. It's like when I play hoops. There's no net. Right. No net.
Let's just do it.
That go in.
We can still do it.
That go in.
That went in.
That went in.
That was it.
And the ball just you hit a switch shot. Boom! Right to the concrete.
It doesn't even feel good when it goes
It
in.
doesn't even feel good. No.
More next early break of the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go. Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing the court is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Healing the heart takes heart. Our dedicated team of cardiac experts is here for you with breakthrough treatments for serious conditions and expert advice for living longer with a healthier heart. We bring healing care to our community with over 90 cardiology specialists and subspecialists and more than 50 locations across Nebraska, Southwest Iowa, and northern Kansas. Find out how we heal hearts with heart, starting with yours at chihealth.com/heart.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs. Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We've received some texts regarding the last part of our first segment, the chain link hoops.
Yeah.
Double rim net, or double rims.
Yeah. Double rims, yes.
Yeah. That gives people say it gives them nightmares still to this day playing on those hoops.
Yeah, it gives them nightmares. I sound funny. Do you sound funny?
You sound funny too.
You sound better now. You
Okay.
sound fine to me.
It was all screwed up.
Gargly.
Yeah, it was gargly.
Is it better now? Can you hear?
Yeah.
I'm just
Everything's
telling
good?
you, there used to be a on the fairgrounds in Fullerton. I had the red, white, and blue ball. Remember the red, white, and blue ball?
seriously?
Had the ABA ball.
Did you
And I'd
seriously?
go over there, shoot, and they had no rim. I mean, no nets. And it's just after a little bit, going like, this sucks.
Empty
This is
feeling.
pointless.
Yeah.
Empty
It's just like,
feeling.
no, yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
How about the chain when the ball gets stuck every time?
Yeah. Yeah, jump up. Yeah. I think we talked.
Good workout.
Remember, we talked about this my first week on the show about
Yes, we did.
nets and
We
how
did.
cool nets were.
God, we did. And the red, white, and blue net.
Yeah.
And a net could change your whole outlook on your hoop.
Yeah.
If you had, I always thought, like, if my brother or dad came back from the store with a net that was kind of smallish, it was
Yeah.
I wanted a big net on there.
Yeah.
Big splash.
Because here's why. Because back in the day when you hit
You know what I mean?
when
Yeah,
you
I know
hit
what you mean.
when you ripped a baseline shot,
Yeah.
it would flip up and hook.
Yeah.
It was
Kinda wanted
once
that,
it got
yeah,
you want
yeah.
yeah, it was so cool. They
Yeah.
stopped the game
Yeah.
and the ref would walk over
Yeah.
the ball
Yeah.
and he'd go up and he'd
Yeah.
knock the net back down. Then they changed the length so it didn't happen
Right,
anymore.
didn't happen.
Also, the gamesmanship that went along with the net. If you're playing a fast break team, the night like if my dad was coaching, the right before the game, he put on a brand new net.
Yep.
And the
Keep
brand new
ball.
net would be, and then it would
Yep.
go through. It wouldn't
Yeah.
come out
Yeah.
of the net. It'd
Yep.
take a while. Sometimes the ball would actually stop in the net.
Right.
Exactly.
And so
Oh,
it
yeah.
Slow the
slowed the
game.
game.
Slow the game.
Gamesmanship. How about that? We can change it. What can we do to slow them down? Change the nets.
Yeah. And I swear to God, Columbus Lakeview one time took
Oh, here we go.
literally took the air out of the ball. Like the
Right.
ball was flat. I was like, this ball's not. This ball. I mean, there's a Class A team.
Deflate game over
There's
here.
a Class A
They
team
gave-
playing a
yeah.
lower, and so they're
Yeah.
going to take some measures, and they let the air out of the ball. There's no doubt in my mind.
That's incredible.
We're playing with a ball that was not aired up correctly. Seriously.
Or the better way to do it would be to overinflate it. So the ball's hitting the back of the rim and going all the way. It's like,
Simple
it's
can't
like a
dribble
car-
the ball.
It's like a carnival game.
It's just freaking flying off that sucker.
The ball's really sailing out of there.
You know, what was interesting in our eras when they were making those red, white, and blue nets.
Yeah.
I didn't
Better
understand.
times.
It was
It's better times, guys.
that was not a political commentary
Yeah.
at all.
No.
They were just making red, white, and blue nets,
Yeah.
and I didn't think they looked good on with our house. I always thought we should have a white one. The red, white, and blue looks tacky.
I
so-
was never infatuated with the red, white, and blue net, but
You
I was,
saw 'em,
I was
though.
okay with it. But I was infatuated with the red, white, and blue
ball.
ABA ball.
Oh, those are.
Oh,
Well,
it was incredible.
On that note, Fred, not Hoiberg of the text
Are you
line.
sure it's
Fred.
not?
It says Fred in parentheses,
Fred.
not
Hold it.
Hoiberg.
Are you,
on
are
the actual
you sure?
day.
Is it Lane Kiffin?
Could be Lane Kiffin in
If I
Columbus.
was Fred, I'd put not Hoiberg too.
Maybe
Yes,
it is.
you know what?
This is definitely not Fred.
Yeah. All right, what do you got to say,
That's a
Fred?
What's up,
classic
Fred?
move.
Hey, nice win.
Thanks for
Classic
listening.
move.
He says, I had the ABA red and white ball. Nothing sounded better than the ring of the chain net as the ball swished through.
Oh yes, I'm telling the ABA ball. I'd love. How cool would it to get one of those? That's when you're so dumb. It's like I'm sure at some point in time I said, "Yeah, it's done. Threw it away." To have my
catch it.
original ABA
Oh.
ball right now, what that would be worth,
Absolutely.
would be just incredible.
Absolutely.
Be just incredible.
Sanderson says he won't let his son shoot on the double rim chains.
Is that right?
He won't do it. Won't let him.
It's hard.
Won't let him do it.
Yeah, it seems like it's harder to make shots on double rims.
I don't think that should be though.
It shouldn't be.
The
It's
rim's
metal.
below the other. I don't think that really affects it.
Anywho,
The half moon backboard was just like enough.
let down.
Enough.
Before I get to Rick Heyman, just quick on this one. The CFP unanimously approved the 5+7 model for the new 12-team playoff. The model guarantees the 5 highest-ranked conference champions will be included in the expanded 12-team field this fall, along with the next 7 highest-ranked teams. Any issue with that at all?
No.
They got that right,
There,
right?
There was
No,
some thought of a 6+6.
Okay.
But that, I mean, Oregon State and Washington State would have been unfair to them.
Okay.
I mean, the more pluses, the better for them. So I don't think there was not much discussion about it, was there?
It was unanimous
Yeah.
for this one.
But
It had to be.
It had to be. That was the thing that was weird. I'm like, it's gonna be unanimous. I wish it was a hung jury. I wish someone was like, yeah, not so fast.
Stick with 4.
Stick with 4.
Wouldn't that just be
That's just great.
like
Not
college
doing it.
football?
No, I think and also in there, if I've read it correctly, and I got to fine tooth comb it again a little bit more. There's not a ton to read about it, but also it could be the 5 champions, and then the rest it could all be all Big Ten teams or all SEC teams.
Yeah.
It could be. There's no.
Yeah.
Just the top- yeah, it's the next
It's 7
Probably
ranked in the
won't
top.
be,
Yeah,
but yeah, it could
Yeah,
be.
but someone could say, yeah, it could be. Who's in for the SEC? We got 8 teams in. Could
Everybody.
happen.
Half
I'm just
the conference.
Could.
I doubt that happens. They're going to beat each other up. My point is that they're going to get the best possible to be in there. But it was like I said, once you have, it won't start off right away. But inclusion is what's going to make the 12 teams and strengthen across the country. Because now, if you're a quarterback in California, think of the great quarterbacks in California that going to Alabama. I'm going to the SEC because I want to have a shot at being in one of those games. And inclusion will be like, because before it's like, hey, there was 2 teams, then they went to 4. That's not crazy. 133. Now there's 4. Now you have 12. So now it's like, no, you can stay here.
40 teams
You
could get in that.
You can
12.
stay.
Yeah.
And they said the conversation I brought up several months ago was that on November 1st, there will be 48 teams in the conversation. Be 48 teams going, hang on now.
Right.
If they win
With that chance.
they're still in it. They're still in it. They're still in it. So when it goes to November 1st, you're down to 8. You're down to 8 teams on November 1st that really have a shot to get into it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I don't think there's any controversy. I just think I think the critical thing is that the casual college football fan understands what it is.
Yes.
And understands the format. Because I still think there's people out there that you could go up to on O Street that would say, I have no idea how they're doing it. I just know it's 12.
And there's
teams.
always going to be an argument between 13 and 12. Nothing like the argument with Florida State this year. Nothing even remotely
I don't
close.
think there
will not be just people having a meltdown over who did not get in, who they put at 13.
Yeah, there was a meltdown.
Yeah, that was an epic one.
Yeah.
And so that
We're
won't
undefeated.
that won't happen. That won't happen.
No.
So, but it's the reason I say, but right away, like this year, it's still going to be about who's going to win it. That's about 4 teams.
Right. What
It's
would be
about
the
4
meltdown?
teams.
Like if a 4-team SEC team gets in, and then a 4-loss SEC team gets in, and like a 1-loss team gets left out.
Yeah, there'd be some discussion.
Some of that can happen.
Yeah, that would happen. There'd be some discussion.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting because the thing that's different is, which I think helps in scheduling different things, is that we're going to see 3-loss teams in.
Mhm.
You're going to see 3-loss
What if you
teams
see a
in.
4-losser in there?
That'd be quite a stretch. I would think a lot of weird stuff would have to happen.
But 3, I mean, I like that you can lose a couple games in
because
October and
used
be
to-
okay.
like I said, it used to be when I was at LSU. Hey, when do the playoffs start? They start today, August 31st.
Week 1.
Yeah, week 1. Because if that's the playoffs. If you lose one, there's a chance you don't get in. If you lose 2, you're out.
Yeah, it's not that way now.
So if you lose one early, just like last year when LSU and Florida State went head to head, right away it's like, all right, here we go. Can't lose another one.
Nebraska stumbles against UTEP. They're still in the hunt.
Still
Yeah,
alive.
so
Not dead.
Yes.
Not helpful, but not dead. Rick Heyman's song of the day is one that Sip will love for sure. Bill, I think. But Sip, I know, will love
Easy.
this song.
I might push back.
Next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
February is National Pet Dental Health Month. At Parkview Animal Hospital, their skilled doctors and staff can help identify and treat a wide range of dental issues. If your pet is showing signs of bad breath, abnormal chewing or drooling, reduced appetite, or refusal to eat, now is a great time to speak to a member of their team and help get your pet back on track to a healthy lifestyle. Call Parkview Animal Hospital today at 402-423-6939 to learn more about their discounts on dental cleanings, procedures, and hygiene products.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through February 25th, enjoy USDA Choice New York strips for just $5.88 per 8-ounce cut, fresh pork belly for $2.99 per pound, and for ticket listeners only, snow crab clusters for $8.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Move over, Jake.
I'm moving. Jeez.
Thursdays are reserved for a man with a wider range of music knowledge than Jake could ever dream of.
This is the golden era. You would hear this on any radio station. You know, it wasn't like it is now.
Okay.
You know, you got country, you got R&B, you got pop, you got rap, you got rock. They didn't have that then. You heard everything.
A man who knows a good song when he hears it, just as much as a good diamond when he sees it.
You get a diamond!
Yes, I do get a diamond. I get a diamond, and that makes me happy.
It's time for Rick Heyman's Song of the Day, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket.
Once again, your song of the day. Midnight Train to Georgia by Gladys Knight and the Pips. 464-568-51 is bad. 10 is good. Text your rating and Rick Heyman, Sartor Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
Isn't that
I need
weird?
an IV.
Bill is so happy.
You know
over
it's
it.
good when Bill turns theatrical.
Yes.
He was acting it out.
He was.
He did.
He was
Yeah, he
acting out the song. He was the woman. He was the man.
I did both. I sang both parts. I was Gladys and I was the Pip.
He was the Pip. He was the man that Gladys was singing about.
I was all three. I was in fourth person.
That was
very
beautiful.
theatrical.
That was a beautiful performance, Bill. It was beautiful.
It was
Simpler place and time. Oh,
it was theatrical.
no.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that weird? That song is that
beautiful.
Yeah. How does that even happen?
I don't know how that song happened.
How's it
I
happen?
don't know how. When I've heard it again, the song was what year? Was there a year on that?
1973.
1973. I know every word.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know every word.
Oh, I knew.
Would you-
I think
would
I
you
knew
turn-
every word when I was in grade school.
Would you turn it off?
No.
Oh.
Never.
If you want to see me come across like a truck at somebody, try turning it off.
Yeah, I'd
swing at somebody.
I bet I
Throw
knew.
hands.
I bet I knew every word when I was in sixth grade.
Yes.
No joke.
I saw you singing that too. I saw you singing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Bill was acting. You were singing though.
All right, we got to get to Rick. Okay, if I can interject here.
Anyway, Rick, are you there? I didn't know if Heyman was on. We'll handle. Hey, Rick, just call back. Call back next Thursday. We got it. We're good.
All right, give it a score 9.88765.
almost a 10.
9.887. Well, I mean, listen to it.
Yeah. 99999.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll go with the 9-4.
Yeah.
Jake, really?
Yeah, I like that. It's a very pleasant sound. Very slow.
Josh is 88.
It's your problem, Josh.
Not the 9.
Wow. Wow.
That was
Come on.
aggressive.
Talk to Heyman.
Come on,
Is
Josh.
Rick here?
Josh
Is
is
Rick
joking.
here?
Well, we are joined by Rick Heyman. Rick,
Cut in. Join in.
What a song this morning, Rick. Great song.
Wow. Awesome. What Josh give it?
He get it 8.8.
Nice. All above 8.
Yeah.
Great ratings, guys. Funny show today. Couple of quick comments about the phone. The worst phone for hanging it or for being off the hook was the Erica phone. Do you remember that thing? It looked like a big, long, skinny, almost like a microphone.
Oh.
Maybe they call it the princess phone. And it had the hanger up thing on the bottom, and the rotary dial was on the bottom, and it sat on that. Well, it would fall over all the time. My friend had one, and it was constantly off the hook.
When's the last time you heard this one? Beep, beep, beep. It's off the hook because it makes that beeping sound.
Right.
Yeah. Better times.
Hey, I'm so old. I remember when answering machines were brand new and a big deal, you know.
Well, those are a big deal. You're right.
Before and then pagers. I had a pager for a while.
Did you have a pager? Did you have
I had
two
a
of them?
pager.
We had two.
Yeah, you had to call,
Hey,
you had to
we don't even
go
know
to
what's
the
going
phone
on there,
booth,
Rick.
Call somebody back.
Too much
Okay,
information.
well, listen.
Too much, Rick.
Yeah, you guys were talking about the roadies and everything yesterday and moving and all that. And a lot of people don't understand, and I did this for many years, how much freaking work it is.
The setup, man.
Goes into putting together a show, and we'll talk about this one of these days. But you know, it's 15 hours to prepare for that 1.5 hours that you had a great time with, and it takes a special person to be able to do that.
Jackson Brown hit
So,
on it.
Anyway, Gladys Knight and the Pips, 1973, 51 years ago. Hard to believe. The song was originally written and performed by Jim Weatherly under the title Midnight Plane to Houston, which he recorded as a single. It was based on a conversation he had with somebody about taking a midnight plane to Houston. So it was a country song. They sent it to a guy in Atlanta. He wanted to cut it with Sissy Houston. He wanted to know if he could change the title to Midnight Train to Georgia. And he said, I don't mind, just don't change the rest of the song. Well, it turns out the guy that wrote it was friends with Farrah Fawcett and Lee Majors. And he was in a pickup basketball league with Lee Majors back in the day.
Okay.
And he called their house. This is a phone thing. He called their house. Farrah Fawcett answers, and she says, well, I'm taking the midnight train to Houston to go back to see my family. And then he kind of incorporated the whole thing about the guy couldn't make it in L.A., and he had to go back to Georgia, and the gal following him. And, you know, it ended up being a really neat song.
Yeah.
Catchy phrase. Anyway, so when it was released, at that time, Gladys Knight, and don't you like the part in the song where the horns go toot toot?
Yes.
And then the Pips go toot toot.
Yep.
Yes, I actually
train sound.
I think Bill acted that one out. I saw that.
Yeah,
I did all four parts.
Yeah, doing the little train thing. It debuted at number 71 on the Hot 100 in 1973.
Okay.
And it became the first number one hit for Gladys Knight and the Pips 8 weeks later.
Okay.
Number
one.
And there's a lot of awards and things that we'll talk about here. So with that in mind, Stump the Sippers.
Okay, here we go. Sip, you're up first.
Got it.
Did this song, or did it not, win a Grammy Award?
Good God, what would have beat it out? I'm going to say yes.
You get a diamond. Yep, R&B.
Brilliant. There's no chance this will win a Grammy.
Has to.
Should have won 3.
Give it another
And
one.
in 1999, Midnight Train to Georgia was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame, and it currently ranks number 470 on Rolling Stone's list of their top 500 greatest songs of all time.
Yeah.
Seems
that
low.
could be a little
That
low.
seems low.
That's remarkable.
Rolling Stone has become extremely dubious, and there's a good example.
It's like reading Mad Magazine.
Right.
If you know what I mean, Rick.
Used to be a music magazine. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Did this song, okay, so to get to number one, did this song knock Angie by the Rolling Stones, Tie a Yellow Ribbon by Tony Orlando, or Touch Me in the Morning by
Tie a Yellow Ribbon. I'll take the diamond.
off number one to become number one? You say Tie a Yellow Ribbon?
Yes.
Sorry, CZ, it was Angie by the Stones.
God, what a great song that is.
All three of those.
All three of those songs, yeah, are really good.
Better times.
Better times, yes.
Yeah,
Simpler Place in
however,
Time.
Tie a Yellow Ribbon ended up as the number one song of the year.
Great song. Tony
In
Orlando.
73.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Was Dawn with him?
And
Absolutely.
this one's for everybody. Is Gladys Knight and the Pips in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
It's close because
I'm going to go with yes.
Yeah, they're not pure
You're
rock
not,
and
you're
roll.
not positive on this one, Sip.
I'd like to think so. I'll say no just for the sake of somebody saying no.
Well, whoever answered yes gets a bunch of diamonds because
Okay.
she was among the first class ever inducted.
Yes.
Gladys.
We get diamonds.
Yeah.
Gladys.
Gladys.
Gladys and the Pips.
Yes.
And the Pips.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a Pip.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. Get a Dan.
Rick, what's going on right now at Sauter Heyman Jewelers?
Hey, Sartor Heyman, we're down the street at 12th and O. You're at 11th and O with our
One block.
fabulous outlet store. You want to save up to 70% off on beautiful brand new jewelry. This is the place to do it. I'm recording a new Rick's Picks today. Check out our Facebook to see that later in the day. We pick three of my favorite items. We talk about them, and then we discuss their very deep discount, and we sell those right away. So if you see something on Rick's Picks, you want to either make a call to downtown or send us an email or a message as quick as you
Rick,
can.
can
They get sold immediately.
Rick, is there a landline there they can reach?
We do have a landline.
Thank you.
Yes, it's on our website. Yeah, and I don't know how to work the phone, so somebody
Someone there
else will
does.
have
That's
to
all that
answer
matters.
it.
Someone can help.
That's a problem.
I can't
too.
answer these new phones.
No, they're hard.
Yeah, by the way, Heartland Diamonds, that's our patented 87 facet diamond. It's the most beautiful diamond in the world. You got to come look at these. If you don't agree that it's the most beautiful diamond in the world, we'll give you a free pair of dollar store readers to make sure you can see. Check us out at South Point, downtown at the outlet, and Grand Island. Our Grand Island store is rocking right now. It's crazy how good they're doing. Online at SartorHeyman.com, Facebook and Instagram, Sartor Heyman. I'll post more interesting things about the great Gladys Knight and the Pips and other people singing this song on my personal Facebook at Rick Heyman.
Rick, always good stuff.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for the
Rick.
time. We'll chat with you next week.
Bye-bye.
That's Rick Haven's song of the day. I think I'll always remember Bill saying, "Who wouldn't want to be a Pip?" One of my favorite lines. Who wouldn't want to be a Pip?
I see the three of us. Imagine us behind Gladys.
We'd have to work on
We have to work
That
on a
might be
lot
my
of
new
things.
favorite Bill line. Who wouldn't
We would.
want to be a
Choreography.
Pip?
I mean, we're white. That's one problem.
Yes. Top of the hour.
I don't think
Next,
we'd be
an
as good
early
as the
break
Pips.
of the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff, who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through February 25th, enjoy USDA Choice New York strips for just $5.88 per 8-ounce cut, fresh pork belly for $2.99 per pound, and for ticket listeners only, snow crab clusters for $8.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Think you need a new furnace due to a cracked heat exchanger? Call Bryant for a free second opinion. Might save you thousands, no matter what brand. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. We do whatever it takes.
February is National Pet Dental Health Month. At Parkview Animal Hospital, their skilled doctors and staff can help identify and treat a wide range of dental issues. If your pet is showing signs of bad breath, abnormal chewing or drooling, reduced appetite, or refusal to eat, now is a great time to speak to a member of their team and help get your pet back on track to a healthy lifestyle. Call Parkview Animal Hospital today at 402-423-6939 to learn more about their discounts on dental cleanings, procedures, and hygiene products. Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house-smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8. Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers.
So-
I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Thursday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2, sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane, and just about to open here next week at 70th and
Stone.
Pioneer. Stone.
We had to talk about the Stone
Drive-thru.
again.
Stone.
It's beautiful.
Big
Beautiful.
Sky,
Stone.
Montana.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yes.
You haven't driven by it yet.
You feel like you
They don't
wanna
let
go-
me on that side of
You
town.
feel like when you walk in, it's like you're like, hey, we might talk fly fishing or might do some banking. I don't know, but it's what it feels like. That's the vibe.
You can do both.
Yeah.
Do some calf roping
Yes, exactly.
with Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. Yes.
Governor. The
And
governor.
Kevin Costner's single. His divorce just went through.
Really?
Yeah. Just
Wow.
in case everybody's wondering.
Is that number one or
I don't know if that's one. Might be a little higher than that.
we don't, are you taking overs on that one?
We're gonna can't confirm. Please let us know on the internet, people.
So
Breakers.
the Stone has made a big impression on you guys.
Yes.
The Stone. Okay,
Yes.
what's going on in Creighton, Nebraska?
Well, today's relaxation day. Schindler has turned because it helps. Remember, we put the exhaust system in for the rotisserie chicken on
Yes,
Tuesday.
yes.
So that will be in play again today because he set up the entire lobby as a giant cigar bar. So he's having.
I'm there.
So Ralph will be there.
Yeah, Ralph will
I'll
be
be
there.
there.
They're having they're going to have some cognac like that, some brandy and a snifter. You can kind of swirl it. Have a cigar. He's brought some special people in like that. He has friends from Cuba, so they're going to be up and they're going to roll some cigars, hand rolled cigars. Yes, hand roll some cigars, and everybody gets to enjoy. So no matter what, just come in, sit down. He's got big leather chairs.
This is for the adults.
Yes,
today.
this is for the adults today, right there. Or if you get a note from your parents, then the kids can come and try a cigar, but they have to have a note from their parents.
There's an age cutoff.
Age cutoff. It's
Age
fine.
cutoff.
Age
They can't
cutoff.
have
You must be a high school graduate. Yes, to enter today into Schindler's Shin Daddy's Cigar Bar.
Okay, the
And
lights will be dimmed. I
Lights will be
assume.
very dim. There'll be some jazz music playing in the background. Yes, and they're still doing banking.
This would be disconcerting as hell
You want-
if I
imagine-
walked into.
I wouldn't leave.
Imagine the smell when you leave. You come home to your wife. Where were you?
At
The bank. At the bank. No, seriously.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't. You smell like
Swear
cigar.
to God, call
swear-
Shin Dad.
I was
Shin Daddy.
banking
I was
today.
banking, and I walked in. And I didn't even have a cigar, and I smell like this. It just
Can't imagine walking into that bank.
today. You want a brandy? Grab a brandy. Just sit down.
Cognac.
Get a cognac.
Just want to put this money in my savings account.
Yeah, well, that's fine. We'll grab a cigar. We'll talk about it. That's great. That's great.
You do.
There's nothing to talk about.
You can go right into Shin Daddy's office with a big stogie in your mouth right there. Hey, Schindler, what you thinking on these hog prices?
I don't know what if I just keep imagining the person who would
Relaxation
stumble in.
It's relaxation day.
Just
Everyone-
the person that would stumble in off the street.
And everyone will talk just like this.
Yeah.
Excuse me, would you like to put that in your money market account, or would you like to keep that? What would you like
In
from
between
that?
puffs.
So Shin Daddy had the students helped with this though because they all made they made in art class like that in the kiln they made ashtrays yesterday.
They did.
So the ashtrays are sitting right next to the teller. So if you're up there doing business and you got little ashes like that, he doesn't want them all over the place. So they did a nice plan there.
I just imagine the frazzled mom with her two little girls walking in there. What is going
There's
on?
cigar smoke and there's jazz playing.
Bunch of guys in robes.
I don't think they're in robes. It's not a massage.
You added that part in. That was part of Schindler's plan.
Hey, now it just sounds dumb. Every at this point it sounded perfect.
Why are they in robes?
Why are they in robes?
Where'd the robes come from?
Where the robes come from?
Come on, man.
I guess you don't wear a
I don't think
robe.
you wear a robe in a cigar bar, do you?
Maybe not.
When did that start?
Anyway,
I'm making up
Shindy.
Thursday. I'm going.
Shin
Man,
Daddy.
wow.
Big day.
But what'd you say about the ventilation?
Well, because he put the ventilation in for the
Rotisserie
rotisserie
chicken
chicken
yesterday.
on Tuesday. Now they can get rid of some of the smoke. It helps
Steve
a little
was-
bit. Doesn't do everything, but
Part of the plan.
yeah, he's always this is our part of the
Thank
plan.
you,
We
thank
put it in. He told my sister Tamara. He goes, wait till Thursday.
Be perfect.
We're
Yes.
doing the chicken, but I got other
I
plans.
got other plans going on here too.
Uh.
There's still some leftover chicken too. You can still get. It's
Oh, that sounds great.
It's boxed up.
I'll be there.
Styrofoam box.
Chicken and cigars. It's perfect
Grab
combination.
a couple
there.
legs, couple cold legs out of the fridge.
Wow, it's gonna be a time today up
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
Big day.
Cognac is flowing.
Yes.
Midwest Bank. Yeah, that's the place to be in Creighton. Thanks to Steve Schindler for always giving us tons of things to do in Creighton. And for the people who go to Creighton,
The people.
the great people.
It's all about the people.
464-5685. Call or text as always. By the way, for those asking about Schaefer, where he's been, Mike Schaefer, they had a baby. His wife had a baby.
wife
So
had a
he's been busy doing baby
I
duties.
checked in with him a few days ago.
He'll be back in probably next month at some point or 2 months. But he's doing baby duties. So congrats to Schaefer and Shelby for having baby boy Hudson James Schaefer.
Oh my God, I didn't even know.
Yes, Mike Schaefer's a father. As of 2
Wow,
weeks
I will
ago.
text
So,
him that.
and we're going to get to, I want to talk about this football topic here in a second. But reminder for those just tuning in for the first time today, yes, Nebraska basketball did win last night, 85-70. at Indiana. Huskers now 9-7 in conference play, 19-8 overall. They'll play Minnesota at 5:30 here in Lincoln on Sunday. The first road win is finally the monkeys off the back for Fred Hoiberg. His 8th win on the road in his time at Nebraska.
Yeah, 8-45 is the record.
On the road?
Yeah, I've been accused of having that in my back pocket. Anyway, yes, you want to get some football talk?
Yes, I want to talk about the, again, 464-5685. Tom Chattel of the World Herald had a conversation with Matt Rule recently.
Yes.
And it was, this is something that's going to be probably bothersome to some people out there and some maybe not so much. But Matt Rule told Tom Chattel that he would be in favor of Nebraska not playing Power 5 teams anymore in non-conference play because of the new additions to the Big Ten, how tough conference play is going to be, and the difficulty of getting to the playoff in general with that conference schedule. Now, we saw Michigan the last 2 years make the playoff, won the title this past year. They didn't have any marquee non-conference games. They do this year coming, but they didn't have any big non-conference games. Scheduling is a big story to fans in terms of what they want to see, what is important to them. I'm curious your guys' thoughts on what Matt Rule said if he doesn't really want to play Power 5 teams in non-conference play because of how tough conference play already is.
Probably one of the most excited I've been to talk. I text Jake.
You did.
Knock some time out for this one.
We got some time.
I want some time because this is a hot topic. A great job by Chattel, by Tom, with the article and just with the questions that were sent to Coach Rule. Great job by him. Like that. It's
pretty good job. Yeah.
It's a veteran like that, and Steve would have nailed that too if he was still with the Journal-Star. So I have a lot to say on this.
Should we sit back?
And then Steve said you did too, and I told you earlier just to kind of push back and let me run it. I prefer you didn't. He goes, I'd like to chime in. I go, I prefer you didn't. But no, we have a lot. So I agree.
What's wrong with
I agree with Coach Rule with a caveat. Okay. And no, I didn't spell it right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like that. Because here's the deal. I'm going to push way back on this. Go back in how this has to happen. You must have a commissioner. Somebody has to run scheduling. And scheduling can't be run by independent conferences. That's not the way it works. So what? So I don't agree with the Power 5 part, but I do agree with what he's saying. That if everyone's not doing it, then why would we be the ones that have to be involved in those spots? That the scheduling model must match. So I feel this: you have to have a commissioner. You have to have somebody. So you cannot have. First of all, it starts off with this one. I believe you should never play an FCS school. Just because you have 85 scholarships and they got 63. Don't see it. And there's 380 Division I basketball teams. They all have the same scholarships. So I do not agree that you should ever play an FCS school. But that's not Nebraska. That's everybody. I don't think there's one team should be playing. Someone says, well, South Dakota State needs that money. Well, it's not Michigan State's job to fund their program. It's not their job for them to fund the program for them.
It's fair.
So I'm very, very, very strong on that. But you have to have a scheduling a model that matches. So let's just say right now, it doesn't add up. The SEC's 8 teams conference play, where the other 4 teams are all 9. That's why you have to have a commissioner that says, here's what we're going to play.
And that's where rules in bounds, by the way.
I mean,
if they're only playing 8.
Yeah. So he is in bounds with it. I don't like the way it's set up because I think this is all about who's it about? The fans. The fans still run college football. If you don't have any fandom, you don't have college football. Right. It doesn't go on like that. Why is the NFL so big? Because they have fandom that's so popular, and so is college football, that it's so big to have that happen. So someone should be telling you, no, here's what we're going to do. Whatever the rule is, I don't agree with FCS. You can play one. Everyone is used to play one FCS, one Group of 5, one Power 5. But someone has to run it. If you don't have a commissioner, everyone's pulling for themselves.
Right.
So I mean, that's also why the negotiations are so big with the contracts, because no one is taking this thing to the TV. It's the same way. So let me ask you this, Steve. You're a football fan.
I am.
So if you're a huge football fan, and let's just say that you're at Iowa, you're a big Iowa fan.
Okay.
And you're okay because Iowa just played South Dakota State and we won. Okay, I'm good about it. It's 11 a.m. kick. I'm good. Now I'm going to sit back and watch some football. You want Texas, Maine? Is that the game you're looking forward to watch?
What do I want?
Want to watch when the game's
not
over?
Necessarily.
No,
Texas versus Maine.
Versus Maine. No, what gets you stirred up for us too? the really good games.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have good games to keep. What is Nebraska doing to the south end zone?
They're expanding it.
They're blowing it up, basically. Not expanding it. They're making it less.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I
will
blew
seat
that.
less because they want what? Fan experience. You know what a great fan experience is? Games that are going on inside of it. But you have to. But I agree with what Coach Rule's like. Why would I want to go out and say, well, look, I'm going to play this and this? Look at LSU. Just pull it up for fun, Jake, as we're talking. Just check out LSU's schedule for next year. It'll be remarkable for you when you talk about it. But that's the whole point, is you have to have somebody that oversees everyone. You cannot be independent and all of a sudden I don't want to see Nebraska being like, well, we're going to take this one on for us. Who's LSU have? Just run through. And now they play in the SEC.
They do. LSU opens the season against USC.
Okay.
Then they play Nicholls State. So it's a gimme. Then they're at South Carolina. Then they play UCLA. They play USC and UCLA
in non-conference.
They're not Big Ten teams. The SEC is not. LSU is in the SEC. Playing both of those two teams.
It's a complicated discussion because LSU's in a better spot than Nebraska as a program.
But I'm just saying you can't look at it as a program. You have to look at it overall. You need one commissioner that says, here's how we're going to schedule.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do. So it's on the same level. Because I don't think with Michigan that was accurate either.
You don't think it was fair?
Fair. No, if they don't play anyone.
Right.
Then I kick back on this one. So if you don't play another Power 5 school right now, just imagine if you pull up Nebraska's schedule, Jake, just insert New Hampshire and take out Colorado. And how does your home schedule look?
It looks bad, but I don't know that would they let it go that far where you put New Hampshire in there. I don't know.
Well, all I'm saying is if you take out a Power 5 school and you put one in, because I'll say this about that game, about Colorado, Nebraska, it'll be one of the most incredible vibes on a Friday night that's been in this town for probably 25 years.
Is that what?
No, it's Saturday, but
it's a Saturday game.
Friday night.
Oh, Friday
the
night.
Before. The night before, there's going to be a vibe. You're going to wish Sidetrack was still open.
You're right.
It's going to be that game will have so much hype to it. It's a game that you die to play in as a player, and you also you anything you can to coach in that game also.
Yeah, a reminder, Nebraska's non-con again. UTEP, Colorado, Northern Iowa this year. That's your non-con.
And then they have
So if you took Colorado out and just and say you just put in San Jose State. So we're going to take New Hampshire out of it. Still like that.
San Jose State.
The home crowd needs that. But Coach Rule's right in that. Well, why do we want to take these shots if nobody else is taking them? Because there's some like LSU that are being superheroes.
Yes, some will.
Some they've been unbelievable. Texas they played Alabama twice in a row. Now they got Michigan, so they've stepped outside. And Steve, you just said, well, Nebraska's not in a good place. Where was Texas 2 years ago?
It's true. I don't. There's no easy answers here.
I think there is.
A commissioner.
You have to have somebody that oversees everyone, and you have to collective bargain this whole thing to get a salary cap set. And you have someone in charge, and one guy is leading everyone. But right now, the SEC is pulling for who? The SEC. The Big Ten's for the Big Ten, and everyone else is pulling for themselves.
Or they're just pulling for themselves.
Yeah, that's all they're doing. So I wouldn't blame them either. With why you'd want to play those, they need someone to tell them that.
Are we ever heading to that direction where that's going to happen? Or that's potential
commissioner?
I think
it's a great thought, but are we ever going to get there?
I think it has to happen, and eventually there's going to be two different leagues too. I don't see that all of a sudden the commissioner is really worried about what Nevada's doing. He's worried about what's going on in the SEC, Big Ten, and that's, if you don't have someone that oversees, also which is not this is not my knowledge. I heard it on a different show. Was like the billions and billions of dollars that are being left on the table from not collective bargaining and not going to the networks and bargaining as a whole unit. So all of a sudden the Big Ten, they're all going to every outlet, ABC, CBS, and they're the one that negotiate. Right now, who does the Big Ten negotiate for? The Big Ten.
Yep.
That's what they do. So if there's billions of dollars being left on the table. But in scheduling, I'm not down on anything that Coach Rule said or anyone saying it at any place about like, well, why would we want to do that? I think it should be everyone. It should be a set deal, even if it's not what I agree with. Even if it's not, if it's like, hey, you can play an FCS, play one Power 5, play one Group of 5, but you must play 9. I mean, does anyone feel great that the SEC plays 8 and the other 3 play 9?
Not necessarily.
And you lose out on a lot of really good games, and especially now there's inclusion. There's 12 teams getting in. So before, if it's like, hey, if you lost 2, you were out. Now you're not.
Texture says this. This texture from Oklahoma, unnamed texture, says a great fan experience is a win. Losing while comfortable and immersed in amenities still sucks. So they're saying they're saying, hey man, I know you want to have a great marquee schedule, but we just want to win games. We want to be 3-0 off the bat.
Yeah, I agree. You want to win like that, but he's totally missing the point. Yeah. He didn't listen to anything I said. With his
said a lot.
You have to have somebody in charge of the scheduling, so it's uniformed across the board.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's hard to do that, but with no commissioner,
this is the perfect world.
Yeah,
but we don't have that. Right. The quote from Matt Rule again. This is the gist of the article that Chattel wrote, but the quote was, in a year where you hope to play 15 or 16 games, why would you elect to play a really tough game early? That's Matt Rule.
Yeah, when you have to, and he said, well, if you're playing, now you're playing Washington and Oregon, the Big Ten. I don't mind the concept that he refers to because the Big Ten is very difficult. You don't want to go too far down like New Hampshire. I mean, you don't.
We
want
played
to go,
Fordham 2 years ago,
right? You don't want
New Hampshire would beat the crap out of Fordham.
You don't want to go too far down the road of scheduling easy, but I get what he's saying.
Everyone does because you don't want to go against. Why would we do something that you don't have to do above and beyond?
Right.
But I said if you had a model of, like I said,
right.
One FCS
with
one
no
group
model.
of 5 with no model of any sort,
right?
And no one has to, even no commissioner. Just say no,
right?
If you're in one of these 4 conferences, here's the model. Here's your non-conference because SEC will go to 9. I'd be surprised if it's not next year.
If Nebraska would move back towards top 10 status on a regular basis, then maybe you beef up the schedule. Now, the question I have is, what are they going to do with all these games that are scheduled in the future? Because they do have Power 5 games. I mean, they're going to play Cincinnati, and it sounds like to me they're going to play that game next year in Indianapolis.
Okay,
but it's supposed to be at Cincinnati as it's scheduled right now. You have Tennessee on the schedule in 2026 and 2027. You have Arizona down the line. You have Oklahoma in 2029 and 2030. Is he saying that you're going to try to get out of those games now? I don't know that that's the case, but those are all games upcoming. And those, but see, I mean, wouldn't you look at Arizona and say, okay, that's manageable. Play Arizona, but maybe not Oklahoma. But I don't know how you. I don't know how you.
But I don't know how you differentiate and say, okay, now if
I don't know
whatever team, okay, you guys are playing better now, so now play a tougher schedule.
Right. Well, I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't add up. That's why you need to have a formula.
It doesn't add up either because there's no commissioner right now. I can't argue against a hypothetical.
But even without a commissioner, you don't have to have it. You can just have a model voted on by everybody that here's what you play 9 conference games and your 3 options are. You can always play up if you want. Someone says, you know what? We want to play. I want to play another one. But it'd be better if you had some form of a model that is set. Everyone else. So what you don't want to have happen is for Nebraska is that why would Nebraska play Tennessee? And Iowa's playing nobody.
Right. That's the issue.
So I don't
like Michigan did. Michigan played nobody.
Yeah.
It didn't really work against them that bad.
No, it didn't.
Nobody really said.
Well, they were a top 5 team.
They were an incredible talented team.
Right.
I mean, they were the best team on the field. Everybody they played.
But they weren't getting dinged nationally. It didn't seem like, oh yeah, you got to watch. I mean, I don't know.
Locally, we did, but it wasn't a national story.
Yeah.
No one said, "Oh, you're playing bowling."
Oh, it was talked about a lot. It was talked about a lot. Their schedule was, but not like in whatever. Because you know why? There's no model for it.
Well,
and then you have teams doing an incredible job of playing up, and I don't even know if that was smart. All I'm saying is, I just want some sort of a uniform plan, of who and how scheduling works.
Yeah.
And also, like I said, you have the computer, how they can spin the people you play and different stuff. And it's always difficult. I get that. There's a huge group of people, but I just don't think like this year, what's LSU, who they're playing?
That's difficult.
It's pretty difficult. Yeah. It's pretty difficult.
I mean, like I said, 2 years ago, Texas had a losing record, correct? Didn't they have a losing record 2 years ago?
They were 13-12 before the 2 years before this year. So yes, they had a losing record, I believe.
Yeah. It's hard. And some of this would even be difficult with a commissioner because you can't predict year to year how a team's going to be. I mean,
well, it's not how they're going to be. It's like I said, it's just everyone has a model. Here's how you schedule, guys. Here's what you can have. Here's what you can have in your model. If you for some reason want this, but we can't. I would have it as, like I said, it's going to be this, and this. It'd be Power 5, Group of 5, FCS. If you think you have to have an FCS game.
Okay. So you play one Power 5,
yes,
one group, and one FCS.
Yes,
everyone. I'd be for that.
Everyone does that.
Yeah.
And if all of a sudden they want to opt out and say, we really don't want to play an FCS, we want to play another group. Okay,
group of 5.
Do that. But at least there's someone across the board that has to. So they have to do that. So all of a sudden, whoever it is like that, Clemson has to play a Power 5 school. Now they do that anyway.
I wonder if you could do that.
You just have this. That's just what you have to figure out and do. And like I said, I prefer no FCS because I don't think that's right. I don't think an FCS game with lower scholarship numbers, basketball, same numbers, 338 teams, whatever it is, they all have the same number of scholarships. Football, they don't. So I don't believe in. I don't like the FCS.
The plain FCS, right? Even though FCS maybe wants to.
They want to. I agree.
Right.
But like I said, it's people always say that they need the money. That's
Or
not
they
your
just
job.
think they can beat Iowa or whoever.
And there's always an occasion. I'm sure there's a text like that's going to say, "Well, don't forget about Appalachian State."
Right.
Yeah, it happens. I get
happens,
that.
Yeah.
I understand that it can happen at some point in time. And North Dakota State's done this, but overall, it's 99% loss.
From the text line, Corey and Lincoln. This is actually a comment. We had this from a couple people. They says, "I need the Tennessee games to happen. That home and home will be incredible." You said what's going to change for the future schedules if
I don't know what. I don't know. Yeah, if
Matt
Rule doesn't want to play them, then what happens? I don't know.
It is incredible. Again, I'm just going to go back to. I still think that the overall fan base still wants to have. They want to have good games,
marquee games.
Mark, you want to have some right now. What is the excitement next year? What is it?
Colorado
coming here.
Yes.
That's the excitement.
Yeah, it is.
Rip that one out right now. Take the Colorado game out and
what if it was Pitt coming
and throw in no.
Yeah,
The whole state. Right. All they care about is one. Prime is coming to Nebraska. It's going to be an incredible sight. That doesn't happen any longer.
Revenge game.
Iowa State, Iowa, they don't play.
Oh,
they don't play anymore because
in this theory,
because one of the theories that came up was that no one should play Power 5. And so you lose all these games. Like
that's not a good theory.
South Carolina, Clemson, you lose. Kentucky, Louisville, you lose.
Yeah.
All those things that come up with it, you lose. And so I don't know how you go about it where it's like, well, if we're better, we'll do this. Just have a model.
Right.
That just says
a model
that says we do this now. But if the Big Ten sets a model and the ACC doesn't, well, then that sucks too.
Right.
That's not fair.
Yeah, some people are going to want autonomy and schedule. Well, I mean, I can understand.
It'll never
that.
be perfect too.
Right.
We know that.
There's schools that will want autonomy. They don't want to be told who to play. So there'll be a lot of people that would. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
They're not told who to play. They just say what the model is.
Okay.
They're not being told that Georgia has to play Kentucky. I mean, or Syracuse. There's like, hey, here's the model. Here's what you're looking for. These are the teams you want. This is the teams what you're going to be able to play. Everyone has the same
with a commish.
Yes. There's no one in the NFL. Everybody says the NFL smart. NFL is smart. There is no like, well,
got to get down. Yeah, it's only 32 teams. Yeah. That's the thing.
It's a little different. A little smaller.
It's an easier schedule model.
Smaller.
Yeah.
So are you saying then, Steve, that if you put a model out that said FCS, Group of 5, Power 5, that people can't get a schedule?
I think they could, but I don't. It's never happened, so I don't know. I mean, it's never been the case.
But if they get said,
I know that scheduling is tricky. So I don't. Maybe they could do it now. If you get down to a certain number of teams, it would be much easier. But as it stands now, I think it would be. I don't know if all the ADs
basically. I would push back on that because right now that's almost what everybody has already scheduled. That's kind of what they have. You go back and look. Some of them don't have a Power 5.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm pushing back on at this point.
So I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't even understand.
Is it billetology again? Is that what it is?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
My biggest concern is what is my biggest concern right now?
I don't know.
We are the world. It's not the Super Bowl. That means more than
40-year reunion next year.
Yeah, I agree. Those games at Tennessee, going to Rocky Top and Tennessee coming here. Yeah, that's awesome stuff. But I understand what Coach Rule's saying with that. With like, why would we want to do this if everyone else doesn't have to do it? Yeah. Why would we do that?
My head hurts right now, so let's take a break.
When we come back, Bill's Thrills, an early break of the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Mosaic is a nonprofit, whole-person healthcare organization that embraces God's call and relentlessly pursues opportunities that empower people with diverse needs to live their best lives. Mosaic in Southeast Nebraska, serving Lincoln and Beatrice, would like to invite you to their monthly Discover the Possibilities tour events. Events are held on the third Wednesday of every month and are a great way to understand Mosaic's mission. To RSVP, please contact Melinda at 402-429-0088 or visit mosaicinfo.org/Southeast Nebraska.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, expecting decreasing cloud cover throughout the day. It'll be breezy too. See a high around 62. Tonight, clear skies expected with a continued breeze and a low near 35. And tomorrow, more sunshine and more breezy conditions too, with the high around 59. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs. Empower a life today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Change is only a conversation away when you choose to share your wisdom, time, and heart with a young mind. Together, we can craft a brighter future, one child at a time. Ignite a spark of hope and be someone's guiding light. Find out more about becoming a mentor by visiting teammates.org. Become a beacon of change by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This. Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
Is Early Break with Sip and Jake. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get to Bill's Thrills in 1 second. Before that, quick plug for our friends in Holdridge. Score One Smoking.
Oh, boy.
Barbecue, rubs, and sauces for both competitors and backyard grillers alike. It's not just competition barbecue. They also cater in the Holdridge area for large events. Chris is the man.
They do large events. There's an event coming up that I'm speaking at in about a couple of weeks like that Chris is catering. Very excited about it.
What do they cater exactly?
All sorts of great meats.
Brisket, pulled pork. Yes.
You name it, they have it.
They have
the sides and everything.
They have yes, they do everything.
Yes.
God,
They got a ribs
good right now.
Got a ribs class out there March 9th, by the way. In
And that'll
Holdridge.
be sold out. That'll be like I said, the brisket one sold out within an hour. So this will be sold out fast too. So we need to probably check with Chris today and see if that is
Yeah, we'll
sold
see if
out
it's
or not.
Should we keep
And
plugging
what's
it or
it
not?
called again?
Score One Smoking. You can go to scoreonesmoking.com or go on Facebook and Instagram at Score One Smoking. Chris does a great job with that for rubs and sauces and more.
Rubs.
Score One Smoking.
Hey Jake,
yes.
When people advertise, does it ever increase their website? People looking at it.
From what I hear from the people, yeah, a lot of clicks.
Anything about boots that would come up?
Yeah, we know. Well, we know Sip has been wearing his Mindel boots that were thanks to Dan and the guys at Mindel. Get based out of Sydney. We got some people here linking though. Dan's a breaker.
Mindel.
We just mentioned the one time I said I need to buy boots. I don't have any boots. Next thing you know, Dan's here, and we've all got handcrafted boots from Germany.
They're beautiful.
Sent me an email, said it's been great response so far. If you want to buy the boots that we had or different shoes, boots they have, Mindel, MEINDL, USA.com. Simple as that.
Said the breakers have been fantastic, right?
And they're getting discounts.
They're
from us.
getting
Free
discounts.
shipping.
I'm not joking when I say this. They're the best shoes I've ever had.
Think about that.
How about that?
Yeah,
Mindel, use that. We'll cut that for you, Mindel.
Breakers showed up.
Yeah.
The best shoes you've ever had.
Well, I'm 54, and
you look 52.
I thought he was 51.
And I used to go to the sporting goods store in Columbus and buy shoes like there's no tomorrow because my dad had a charge account.
Just
then one day he got the bill and there was trouble. But I have had good shoes on my feet, but I've never had shoes this good. In fact, I'm not wearing them today because it's warm out. I'm saving them for next year when it starts getting cold again. I'm not joking.
No.
I've planned this out.
That's smart. That's just smart.
Yeah.
That's just
Mindel.
MEINDL, USA.com. It is time for Bill's Thrills. Ready for that, Sip?
I am ready.
Cool parenting tip Thursday?
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's Thursday.
Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh, yeah.
We
Is it gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. Have you seen? I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, Bill's Thrills is sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows in Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to talk about your financial future today. Bill, floor is yours.
God, it's so great. Like I said, I had something pop up in my head, and I think it was critical for education of the youth. And that is teach them to elevate, not hydrate. Elevate, not hydrate. Teach them and stop the buffoonery. Teach them the old school, better time methods. When there's a big victory, that you elevate the head coach on your shoulders and you carry him across the field. You don't dump a cold Gatorade down a 70-year-old's back. Teach him better times. Just look at the pictures: Osborne, Paterno, Bowden, Bear Bryant. All where are they at? They're being carried off the field off a big game. They pick the coach up, carry him off the field. Now they try to trick him into getting a cold bath of Gatorade thrown down his back.
Pick up Belichick.
Yeah. Well, pick him up.
Pick him up.
Teach him how to elevate. Not hydrate. It's so important to have that skill set. Now everybody's excited about, hey, and then here's what I hate too. You're watching the games in hand, and all of a sudden they watch, and then there's always a couple guys, guess what, that don't play at all. And they're the ones getting the Gatorade.
Yeah,
they're the ones, and the camera's watching them, and everybody's going, ooh, here it comes.
Yeah,
And
ESPN has created this.
I am so annoyed with that. And generally, it's not all of a sudden like I don't think, was Mahomes and Kelsey trying to get no. Now in the NFL is different because everyone plays. I'm saying in college ball, that's where you see where it's different.
100%.
All of a sudden, it's like it's generally what it is they're trying to get their attention by doing the Gatorade bath, being the ones that go, we got you, coach, and it's some guy that's like doesn't play. And so it doesn't add up. There's going to be a death. There's going to be a death probably.
Got a heart attack.
A heart attack. It could happen. But when the old school elevation,
it's crossed my mind.
It can happen.
My mind.
It can happen.
That's pretty.
People
cool.
aren't always in the best of shape. All of a sudden, you're just dousing them.
Right.
Here, if we're just standing here right now, and all of a sudden someone just pours a bucket of cold water over your head, it'll shock you like you can't believe.
We might have a heart attack.
But just when
not you probably.
When they're coming across,
or
when you hoist them up,
someone's gonna
and then always also sometimes it's kind of awkward, like the guy's just kind of up a little bit, and he's on the shoulders. But God, it was better times.
So
They're
100%.
Do you hoist Andy Reid?
What's that? Yeah, hoist him.
I think what you do with these is voice things that people have been thinking.
Yes.
I've thought that for probably 5 years.
Yes.
I just never. It's so very annoying when you see the camera go to the guys.
And then they show sneaking up, and they have to show it. I'm like, really? It's like when they show the quarterback's parents for 600 times during a game like that. It's like just, oh, really? They threw an incomplete pass.
They're still there. They're still there.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're right. I always think about the coach, and if you put yourself in those shoes, or if I put myself in those, I'd be annoyed that I have wet clothes.
Yeah. It's like
why? Okay, now
celebration.
Change clothes, go to the press conference now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hoist it up the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Do that. And then here's the thing, too.
Put them up.
It's okay to do neither. It's okay to just let the coach win a big game and walk across and shake the guy's hand. You don't have to hoist Andy Reid up. You don't have to douse him with Gatorade.
It's cool when they do that, though, right?
Yeah, it's cool when they
put him up.
When they put him up.
Yeah.
And sometimes what you'd like to see, really, is kind of like an elevation for about 10 yards. They elevate him, then they let him back down. Because you don't want to go to shaking hands like, excuse me, sir, nice game. And you're still elevated. And you're still up here. And the guy shaking your hand like this, coach, really appreciate you. You guys, a nice game for you guys.
You're on Matt Sloss's shoulders.
Yes. So
I can't get down.
Just Google pictures of elevated coaches, and all you're going to see is legendary things that happen.
Super cool.
And then guess what? The coach is really excited because you know what the coach does now? Every coach does. And there's 1% maybe it doesn't. Like, oh, they're going to Gatorade me. Okay, they love it.
They look around.
They look around. How about letting them enjoy the moment and not trying to worry about how do I get away from a Gatorade bath?
Read the text.
Jim Harbaugh has been excellent at avoiding baths.
Yeah.
He
doesn't want it.
He shouldn't even have to do it. You
shouldn't.
shouldn't have to do it. That would be one thing if I was a head coach. I'd be like, hey, listen, here's the deal. Don't do it. I'm just telling you guys right now, don't do it. No,
when we win the Big Ten title, I do not want to be down.
Do not do that.
I'd be the same way, I think. You don't want to come up as a killjoy, though. That's the thing.
I agree. I don't want to be. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to be that. But
I think you'd say it to him nicely, guys. I appreciate it if you're thinking about it. Just don't. We'll do something.
Oh yeah, whatever, coach. Yeah,
teach your kids.
Then they do it anyways.
Yeah. Teach your kids to elevate, not hydrate. Anything from the text line, Jay?
Yeah, some response here. Ted has a morbid thought. He says, "What can you imagine if someone pretends to have a heart attack after getting doused? It'd be
It could
pretty
happen.
terrible.
It could happen. Don't tell me it couldn't
What if they
happen.
pretend to?
I don't think anyone's, because you don't know what kind of shape they're in. You have no idea. You have no idea.
It might be really
Someone said, "What if the coach falls off the shoulders? That could be a problem too."
I've never seen it. I've never seen it one time. I'd like to see it.
They wouldn't fall
What,
far.
what
It'd
happened?
be a 6-foot drop.
I'll say he was got a concussion. No, he doesn't. Nope, that would never happen.
What about the mayo and French fry bath after the Duke's Mayo Bowl?
Yeah,
You okay with that one?
Not
No.
as bad, though.
Not as bad. You kind of know. Here's what it is. It's a tradition that you do after the game. I think they do like at the press conference almost. I'm not a fan of that.
I'm not.
You know,
I'm like you. I've had these thoughts for a long time.
I don't. I get so annoyed when they show the sneak up.
Oh, God.
Also, they show the here it comes, the Gatorade bath. And tell me what fans like going, this is incredible.
No.
This is
You
great.
want- Probably the
you want
first
to turn
year
away.
or two. The first year or two.
Yeah,
is
you want
kinda
to turn away. You want to turn away.
Can't watch. Too terrible. Thank you. That's the response.
I do think it's super cool when a coach is elevated, like Bobby Bowden, up on the shoulders of
Up
his
on the
linemen.
shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Osborne.
Iconic coaches.
Yeah,
Yes.
they get that treatment.
Yes.
Like Woody Hayes. Like what would have Woody Hayes done if he would have got a Gatorade?
Yeah. And the short white sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
Button up collar.
Yeah, maybe he'd be okay.
I don't
Maybe
know.
he'd be okay. I mean,
Let's
might not,
see.
he might
Schembechler.
punch. He might punch the running back.
Yeah, he might punch you. Did it before.
Do it again.
That was when he went down swinging.
That's
a
Bill's-
good one.
That's Bill's Thrill, sponsored by Dirk Scott and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Call them at 402-730-7387. Again today. Elevate, not hydrate for the head.
Didn't
for
know
the
where you're
coaches.
going with that. That was interesting.
All right, it's time to play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-568. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. Today is usually a throwback Thursday. It kind of is, but it's a 3-pointer Thursday. All-time leaders by NBA franchise in 3-pointers.
Bill, don't
There's
just
some
back
old school.
out.
There's some old school.
Yeah,
in here.
there's some old school in here.
There's some old school involved.
There's some old school.
Look at Bill's face.
Yeah, good God, Bill. You
There's
can
some
do
new
this.
school.
We had Gladys Knight in the Pips. Now we have this. Where's the show turned?
All right,
It
all-time
turned hard.
franchise leaders of
That's-
3-pointers.
That's right. I'll give you the amount that they made and the team. You tell me
Okay.
what player that was.
All right.
Very simple.
Okay, it's interesting.
We will not go 4 for 4 today, but we will
Yeah.
hopefully get 3 out of 4, 2 out of 4. We'll see how this goes. 464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been
Pelicans.
there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Don't be scared. We have
Oh,
a line
boy.
open. Got a line open.
Oh, boy.
402-464-5685. Again, if you lose, you still get a bagel and the coffee.
Look at Josh's face.
The winner gets 12 bagels, 2 tubs of cream cheese.
From
How many tubs?
Bagels and Joe, 2 tubs.
2
of
tubs.
cream
And you get to
cheese.
pick the tubs?
You do.
Think
and,
about
and the
that.
bagels.
Yeah.
You pick
Think
the
about
bagels
Yeah,
too.
pick out your tubs.
Now we're good.
That's not what I meant. Yeah.
4
Okay, here it
locations in
comes.
Lincoln, 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
So
lot of
can we get
options.
them in Seward?
You can.
So
Absolutely.
if you win and you happen to be in Seward today, you can get them there.
Go.
100%.
You just
Whoa.
drive to Seward if you're bored.
Yeah,
could.
we
You
do
do
that.
that.
I'm 34.
We've got Craig. Craig, how do you feel about 3-pointer leaders in NBA history?
Fairly good.
Okay.
Whoa.
Craig feels okay. You don't feel
Same. Fairly
Bill
good.
doesn't feel good, but Sip, you feel okay?
Yeah. I think, Bill, you can surprise yourself on this.
All
I
right.
do. I do.
Well, Bill is a lifeline in case Sip needs him for one question. First question goes to you, Craig. Who leads the Detroit Pistons in all-time 3-pointers made with 990 with the franchise?
Joe Dumars.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Joe Dumars is correct.
I think I would, if you would have said guess, I would have guessed that, but it wasn't like
See,
I knew it.
I knew you'd be surprised.
Where were you going with that
Rip
one?
Hamilton.
I think he's probably top 3.
And if you'd have said Rip and missed it, I'd have been fine.
Yeah.
Just so you know. You know, you yelled at me about bracketology.
Stop it.
All right, Sip.
All right,
Down
now lock
1-0.
in, please.
1-0.
Please lock
deficit. First question. Who leads the New York Knicks in all-time three-pointers made with 982 with the franchise?
I mean, I got a pretty good guess.
I have a couple of guesses, but go ahead. There's no reason for me to lifeline it.
You're losing your
Sip
mind
feels okay,
slowly.
right?
I'm going to say John Starks.
Brilliant. John Starks is correct. I would have gone with Allen Houston, but that would be correct.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
But John Starks is correct.
Yeah,
You got
Allen
it right.
Houston would be good.
Yes.
That'd be good.
So 1-1 tie. Bill still in play for Sip. Last question, Craig, to take the lead. Who leads the Charlotte Hornets in all-time three-pointers made with 1,283 with the franchise? I heard that.
You couldn't even name a player.
I couldn't name a player.
Name a player that played for the Hornets.
Good start. It's a good start. All right, Craig.
Will that work?
You got no challenge.
Trouble.
I couldn't name 5 guys.
5 seconds, Craig.
How would you?
Del Curry.
Del Curry.
Ooh.
Well, that's a great guess.
It's not
Whoa.
Steph.
That is. He threw some. That was incredible.
It is
How could it not be
Steph's
Del
father.
Curry?
Yeah,
Steph's
exactly.
father.
We don't need it.
No, we're out. We're not.
Let's be a recent one. Kemba Walker leads the all-time.
Kemba Walker?
Kemba.
Really?
Look at Bill's face.
Kemba. I don't think he's in the NBA anymore. If he is, he's riding a bench.
I don't know where he's at now.
I think he's riding a bench if he's riding at all.
He was great at UConn, though.
He
Really good
was.
player.
Back in the day, yeah.
For the win, Bill's in play if you need him here.
Lock in.
1-1 tie.
Don't jack around on this.
Who leads the Phoenix Suns in all-time three-pointers made with 1,188 with the franchise?
It's one or two guys, right? It's either.
Yeah, we can talk now.
Wait, he knows going with Bill here, so they can talk here. I'll give you 5 seconds here.
Definitely not here. If you're going to go that, I would go that. I think it's. I don't. I think it's the. I can't say his name right now. I think it's this. It could be this.
5, 4.
Oh, Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson.
I just said it was this or this. I knew it wasn't that guy.
Craig, do you want that, or do you want to go the tiebreaker?
That's Devin Booker, I think.
Brilliant.
Devin Booker.
Yeah, wouldn't have done it. Good for him.
Current player, Devin
Current player.
Booker.
Simple went with Chambers. He's 6'11".
Tom Chambers. Chambers can shoot though. Chambers
Not the
can
least.
shoot.
I'm going to see where Tom Chambers.
I don't even know if they had the 3-point line.
Jabbar.
What about Nash?
Barkley.
Where was Nash?
Yeah, where's
Charles
Nash?
Barkley.
What about Nash?
He's up there. He's the second or third.
I haven't considered
We
it.
lost
Dan Marley.
Craig.
Marley ahead of
That'd
Chambers.
be a great one.
What about Sigma? Jack Sigma.
How about Amari Stoudemire?
Artist Gilmore. Artist
Stop.
Gilmore.
No, Chambers could shoot it. He could shoot
There's
it.
no way he's in the top 10. When you wrote that down, I think it's Chambers.
I'm going to look it up during the break and see.
He's looking it up. When we come back,
Yeah, we come back.
Where Tom
you'll see Chambers in the top 5.
Okay. All right.
Tom Chambers.
Tom Chambers.
6'11".
But he was a shooter.
He's a shooter. He's a shooter.
Well, if he's in the top 5,
Congrats to Craig. He's winning bagels.
Nice job, Craig.
We'll update and see where Tom Chambers was at all-time Suns leaders and the spillover
Craig
next.
just hung up.
He just hung
like
up.
Rick Heyman.
He did.
Heyman, call in.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hog Wild's giant sub baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
February is National Pet Dental Health Month. At Parkview Animal Hospital, their skilled doctors and staff can help identify and treat a wide range of dental issues. If your pet is showing signs of bad breath, abnormal chewing or drooling, reduced appetite, or refusal to eat, now is a great time to speak to a member of their team and help get your pet back on track to a healthy lifestyle. Call Parkview Animal Hospital today at 402-423-6939 to learn more about their discounts on dental cleanings, procedures, and hygiene products.
Empower a life today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Change is only a conversation away when you choose to share your wisdom, time, and heart with a young mind. Together, we can craft a brighter future, one child at a time. Ignite a spark of hope and be someone's guiding light. Find out more about becoming a mentor by visiting teammates.org. Become a beacon of change by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Rashawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relief. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Hey guys, it's Bill Busch. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover, sponsored by Computer Hardware. 70th and Go-See trip today. Also, they're in Lincoln, Kearney, Hastings, and GI. Chris Raff with us for the spillover, and we have to address what happened during the game show. If you're just tuning in, the question was, who leads the Phoenix Suns in all-time three-pointers made? And that was Sip's question. He had Bill as a lifeline.
Yes, I did.
Throw an answer out, Raff.
Suns all-time three-pointers.
Yes.
But he didn't hear this answer then, apparently.
No, I didn't hear it.
Come on, you got to guess then.
Devin Booker.
You got it.
Yeah, he got it.
Did you know?
Did you think about Nash?
Raff.
Did you think about Nash?
I was thinking him. I was thinking him as assist guy. Assist.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's true.
here's the guess. Sip had on the paper.
He wrote down. He goes. It's either this one or this one.
So it was Chambers or who?
It's either Nash
or Chambers.
But
you wrote down Nash though.
Yeah, I wrote it down. Nash or Chambers. And he goes.
So I have an update here. I did some research during the break on
where does Chambers fit in?
Well, first of all, Steve Nash is second, so that would have been a proper guess. But Devin Booker just passed. Now Tom Chambers, as Bill guessed here, would be the case, is not in the top 50 ever.
His reaction was
Suns.
funny. It's not that one.
It's not that one.
Oh, you know another one that would come to my mind? Who? Jeff Hornacek.
Yes, good one. Good
Let me
name.
see where
Ralph.
he is on the
Good
list
name.
for the Suns.
Yeah.
I can tell you, Dan Marley is third on the
Marley
list.
was my other pick.
Under
That's a good-
Marley.
I had Marley. Yeah.
Hornacek is not in the top 20.
Not in the top 20.
He's
That's
25th.
So it
25th.
wasn't the 6'11" guy. That was not
Tom Chambers.
Oh, Chambers could run the court and shoot threes.
Think about this for a second. Now, the number 50 player has 123 threes made,
All right,
whereas
we got to keep going down this
Devin
road.
Booker has almost 1,200 threes.
And wasn't
Chambers was first in the list.
Wasn't Chambers mostly Supersonics though too? Weren't most of his glory years Supersonics?
Anyway, he was on the list. We also
Chambers.
Sip also
Maybe.
thought Brazil was over 1 billion people.
Is it a billion?
Is it a billion? Nope. I don't think that's
I don't
it.
think that's the case. The Phoenix Suns, though, all-time leaders. Leandro Barbosa is fourth. You ever heard of him before?
Yeah,
I've heard of him.
He's from Brazil.
Wouldn't have got that.
I'm pretty sure he's
one
from
of the
Brazil.
One of the billion
people. That's why.
billion.
That's why they have so many players from there. There's 1 billion people over there.
Barbosa's fourth. Who's fifth?
The man with maybe the funkiest shot ever in the NBA, Sean Marion. You ever see him
Yeah.
shoot before?
Yeah.
Like this.
It's really weird. No,
And
it's
it's
a really
it's a weird jump too.
It was a weird shot.
The other one that was the weirdest shot would be Jamal Wilkes.
weird shot.
Wrapped it around his head.
Yeah,
He had a wrap around his head that he would shoot
Right.
like that. But he was incredible.
In the NBA, unbelievable.
In the NBA.
It was really weird, Wilkes. And you're right. That guy was weird too.
Now, Bill had mentioned the name Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson is 43rd on the list.
Yeah, I would have thought he'd been
so
top 10.
Chambers and Johnson were. He's
a
on,
guard.
At least he's on.
He's
the
on the list.
Though.
I'm not taking this one.
He's on the list.
And
KJ was really good.
And just so everyone knows, I've got it written down right here. I've saved the paper that you wadded up and threw at me. You threw it
He
at
says
me
he's not
in
gonna get
studio.
it.
I mean-
You threw it at me, but I have it right here. This will go down.
It was a little
forever.
aggressive.
Yeah,
Yes.
during the breaks, like Josh, can you find that paper that sticks? I'll be keeping that forever. So there it is. That's a keepsake for
Nash or Chambers.
second versus
I was really
second.
sure about
We
it.
don't even know. All we know, he's not in the top 50. That's where they stopped it. He might be 100. We don't even know where he's
Did
at.
he ever make a three with the
Did
Prince?
he ever make
Did he make one?
Did he make one? I bet we need to Google that. He might have like 4.
We will find it out.
Well, he might have
Why
4.
did that name pop into your head?
I mean, I just remember back in the he was good. He was a good player, and he could shoot a jumper. He was one of the best. I don't know. Check it out.
What year was he around? What year did Tom Chambers? I've never even heard of Tom Chambers before. I've never heard the
See,
name.
I always thought of him as the Supersonics.
I don't know the name.
Okay, yeah, I guess he did play for Phoenix.
Yeah, he did. He played for him. That I
From
did.
92 until or 88 to 92.
He was in their glory time.
So he had time
They
to get
were
on the
good.
list here. He had
Yeah.
4 or 5
Hey, hold
years
on.
there.
How many three did they have his 3-point total?
Oh, please tell me it's like 20 or something like that.
How many threes? Steve?
Career.
It's definitely below 123. That's
And
that's
it has
50.
to be with the Suns, not career-wise.
Right.
It's got to be with the Suns.
Tom Chambers career 3-pointers. Let's see if we can.
This is gonna be beautiful.
Come
Please
on,
be like
Raph.
less
Come
than
on,
30.
Raph. You can
Please
do
be
this.
below 30. and
Oh
40.
yeah, here we go.
Okay, got it, Raph. How many did he make? How many did he swish?
Oh.
Come on.
Remember
Well, let's just say I don't know the. Oh yeah, hang on.
the
I don't know the exact amount that he made, but looking at his percentages, they kind of have the.
Ralph's going to try to get a total off the percentages. This would be
Oh,
like
no.
This would be like
Yes,
this is
you.
like Rubik's cube right here.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
That'd be
it's
incredible if you could do that, Ralph.
it's low. Like they have percentages. I'm not sure
Don't
what.
worry about it.
We'll
Yeah,
find
I
it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
But
we'll
let's
do it.
just say
Tom Chambers
it's
stats
like
tomorrow.
3-point percentage for Phoenix, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3. So he was probably only taking like maybe
A couple of years.
Couple of years.
Yeah.
He probably made 10. He made 10, and you
Well,
picked him
I saw
as the leader.
You saw one of the ones he made.
You
That's
saw
gotta be a
I saw
top.
those.
No,
It resonates with me. It resonates with me.
So it's like saying Dennis Robbins, the all-time
No,
ball
it's
leader.
not.
in
No, it's
three-point
not.
leader.
It's not like saying that. Chambers was a good. He could shoot it.
Yeah,
for a
Dennis
big man.
Rodman, better than all the guys. Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr, the Bulls. Absolutely.
Oh.
Hey, by the way, before we get out of here,
Yeah, what?
It's Big Slim's birthday today.
That's what we need to celebrate.
Number
Yeah.
23.
2-3.
And Swim's
The
here.
Swiminator.
He's here.
He's here.
He's here. Did he take his birthday off?
No.
Nope. No, he didn't.
Did he get a drink? Did he get some sort of like scooter?
Did you get that for free, Swim? Did you get that? Did he get it for free for a birthday drink?
What was
free
it?
stuff.
Nice.
Peanut butter stuff.
Yeah,
What is that?
it's a
peanut butter
Twix.
drink?
A Twix mixer or something.
Hey,
sort.
hey, Bill, you know where you should go?
Where?
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Rose and sing his birthday.
Yes.
Oh, I'd lose my mind.
You need to go there and sing.
There's just nothing worse than that. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
You're a curmudgeon.
I am on that one.
That was pretty well done.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with the happy birthday song. Sitting there at like that. And then plus on those places, it may go off 10 times. It may go off like every 4 minutes. Like,
a lot of birthdays.
Hey, we got another one. Let's roll.
Stop.
I'm at a roll like that.
That's the best.
You're gonna be a waiter after do that.
Be just imagine they're in the back. Excuse me. Put the onion rings down. We got a song.
You gotta be kidding.
My 19th one tonight.
It's 20 to
and there's usually, and then also they fake people too. They just stuff. Hey, it's so and so's birthday, and everybody's laughing like it's not even his birthday. This is so dumb. And they're singing. These poor people have to sing to this guy on a made up birthday to get a free brownie.
I found Tom Chambers' 3-pointers.
Okay, you did.
Okay, well, yeah. Go again here.
Ref, good job.
All right. 1989 for Phoenix, he was 28 for 86.
Okay, 28.
Not very good.
90, 24 for 86.
He's probably close to the top 50.
91, 20 for 73.
Okay, you made him.
And 92, 18 for 49.
Okay.
93, 11 for 28.
Okay, just
so
out of
101. You made 101 threes in
so
3
just out of the top 50. I thought you had it. I did.
It's close.
Not that one.
I saw a lot of those.
There's always tomorrow.
It's not that one.
That's it for us. The Drive with Raph, Eddie, and Amon is next for Steve Sipple, Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. We'll see you tomorrow.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf